I walked minimum 10 miles a day in Japan.
How are your dogs doing?
My body fell apart last day. I had like a crazy infection thing here in my finger somehow. I don't know, maybe from touching monkeys and but
yeah.
Which I did do. You're not allowed to touch them, but I touched them. Let's make history. Ready?
I'm so ready.
Hello, welcome. It's HardLore time. Wow. How are you, Bo?
I've missed you, man.
I know. They don't understand. You know, they've seen 2 weeks back to back of episodes, but it's actually been like 3 or 4 since we've recorded one.
Yeah, which is like not only are we recording, we're catching up, we're making plans, we're talking about stuff. How was your journey?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Is it still the coolest place in the world?
Yes. So I just went to Japan for 10 days. Finally took my first vacation. First, like, actual vacation of my entire life.
Yeah, like much. Adult, do whatever I want trip.
Of like, okay, I'm going to a place I really want to go to, and I'm going to do all the stuff I really want to do. Mm-hmm. I can't recommend that enough. Not even just Japan, just doing that in general. I don't think I, as a traveling musician, ever understood the appeal of travel.
Dude, I fully agree with what you're saying right now. It's like, once you do it right, it's like, oh.
Now I get the appeal of travel when you're going to a place that you like. Yeah. And there's no place I like more. There's a lot of places I don't like. Mm-hmm. Where the idea of going back to them is like, no, I want to be home. I'd rather sit in this chair.
Yeah, right.
Than go to bleep. But Japan is, yes, it is still the best place ever. I feel for them because the yen is really low right now.
Did you clean up?
I truly, dude. I made out like a bandit.
What are some acquisitions?
I got a Sepultura shirt. I got an OG Beneath the Remains shirt. I got a Boss Tones long sleeve, which is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I got like 8 pairs of pants. So many pants.
Did you fit it all in your original luggage, or did you have to buy
No,
one?
we brought a collapsible
Genius
duffel.
Of course you did.
Had to.
Yeah.
Dude, we got so many little toys, you know. Dude, look at this.
I know someone who likes to purchase many items.
Dude, you know we love our item. Look at the Samurai Mickey.
Oh, God. Oh, dude, how was Disney World?
It's cool. It's very similar.
Okay.
But the stuff that's not, to Disneyland.
Okay.
I didn't go to the Tokyo Sea one, which I guess is the one that's like completely unique.
Gotcha.
Now I know. But the stuff that is unique to the park is really cool. Like the Monsters Inc. ride is it's kind of like an Astro Blasters type thing.
Yeah.
But you use flashlights to find Boo.
Oh.
So it's like interactive and you get points based on like how many times you can find her. And like cool. Mike Wazowski speaking Japanese is like the best.
Does it sound like Billy Crystal?
No. It sounds like a guy speaking Japanese who his name happens to be Mike Wazowski. It's amazing. And then everything is Big Hero 6 themed.
Oh.
Which is one of my favorite recent Disney movies. Amazing. And it makes sense. Because it's like fictional. It's San Francisco, so it's like a fictional city. But yeah, it's the best place ever. It is highly technologically advanced and so culturally rich at the same time.
Interesting. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Where you can take a 10-minute train to like the oldest temple you've ever seen. And then like the rest station of the temple, you can take a shit on the warm toilet with a heat-seeking bidet that sucks your ass off. It's unbelievable. It's the best place ever.
Talk to me about food. What'd we eat?
All right. So I'm sure the listeners hear all the time people go to Japan and talk about 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
It's you got to see it to believe it, you know?
7-Eleven, Family Mart, their convenience stores are their fast food tier.
But like higher.
Yeah, like on our tier list, it would be like a B. It would be like
100%.
Oh, I'll go there, no problem.
I ate there in some capacity every single day because a lot of coffee places aren't open early, which is interesting.
Interesting.
Like coffee places in Asakusa where we stayed, which highly recommend. There was only one that opened early, and it was like a Norwegian coffee place, which was really fucking good.
Oh,
it's called Fuglin. So it was just us texting each other in the morning every day, like, anybody want to get fugly? and then we'd indulge. But so every morning before going to Fugly, I would get the chicken katsu sandwich from 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Or the pizza bun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, the pizza bun is fucked up.
I saw you get that like on one of your first stories after arriving.
It was one of the first things I did was like, pizza bun. And then, but the thing, if we had access to the 7-Eleven chicken sandwich, I would have no problems. Like such a huge part of my day is, fuck, what do I eat today?
Yeah, right.
And if I could walk to 7-Eleven and get that little chicken sandwich, I'd be fine. First of all, I'd be skinny and ripped. Because it'd just be like, I can go to the gym and then go get this damn chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I understand why there's so few fat people there. But there's no diet soda.
Dude, it's a mystery to me. I've never been able to unlock it because like noodles and rice and carbs are carbs. I don't understand. Yeah. I don't get it.
But it's kind of like all of Tokyo is like when you go to New York, right?
Yeah.
You're eating pizza and pasta, but you're somehow not losing weight because you're walking everywhere. It's got to be like I walked minimum 10 miles a day in Japan.
How are your dogs doing?
My body fell apart last day.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah. And then you went straight to a show.
I had like a crazy infection thing here in my finger somehow.
Oh no.
And then got one on the same finger on the other hand.
What?
I don't know how. I don't know. Maybe from touching monkeys and shit. But
yeah.
Which I did do. You're not allowed to touch them, but I touched them. My feet were falling apart. I broke in new Doc Martens.
Oh, dude.
By walking 10 miles a day.
Oh my God. I bet they fit like a glove now though.
Oh, they're great. They're
like
the insulated Chelseas.
I saw them. They were nice. They were nice.
They're warm.
They're warm. Nice.
They're built for Chicago, and I was wearing them in Tokyo.
What is the like the fanciest food you got?
We got sushi with Zuma and Sena.
Yeah.
And he took us to like an omakase sushi type experience.
Fuck yeah.
It was very good. I will say most of the like restaurant meals we had were borderline disappointing.
Really?
Borderline. Not this one. The sushi was great. But it kind of felt like we were going to the wrong places every time. But then Lana would be like, okay, this TikTok says this place is good. And then it would be unbelievable. But I had good skemen there.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was called. But it didn't have a single like amazing bowl of ramen, which was a bummer.
You know what? When we were there, I didn't either. I defaulted to udon like every time.
Yeah.
We
had udon one time and it was pretty good.
Dude, we had udon at the Mount Fuji like visitors center. And it was one of the best bowls I had the whole time. No joke.
I believe it. The first time I went, we stayed at the same hotel that every band stays at in Shinjuku.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is like it's like a sex hotel next to the Samurai Museum.
Yep.
And there's a shitty little ramen place on the corner, and that was the first ramen I had in Japan ever, and it blew me away. And I didn't feel that again. But I got the pancakes, the fluffy pancakes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Are they doughy or are they airy?
They're so fluffy.
Lovely.
It's just, we ordered, so I went with Lana, Mac and Brittany Miller, and Erica Perez. Only three of us went to the pancakes, but you have to like put a down payment on them to get them in the morning. So we went at 8:30 and they were like, come back at noon.
Whoa.
You have to do same day reservations because it's so gnarly. Whoa. So we had to line up at 8 a.m. Paid for 5 plates of pancakes for 3 people. And when we saw them, we were like, what have we done? We're the biggest, greediest motherfuckers in the world. And then you start eating them, and it's just...
Wow.
It just goes straight down. Dude, Japan can't believe custard.
Neither can both.
And well, like in America, I don't really care about it.
Really?
But I could not get enough.
Oh, man.
Custard.
I love custard.
It's so surprising. It's the same goop as mayo.
I know. Well, but not. But I know.
It's the same exact texture.
There's sugar. Oh, a texture. But like, I think that texture in a dessert is okay.
Cream. You like cream.
I don't mind cream as a thing. I don't like it savory.
Okay. I mean, I like the idea. Cottage cheese grosses me out.
It's the grossest thing ever. And you know what was really validating for me is the one blooper of Michael Scott eating cottage cheese. And he's like, oh my God. Like he stops a whole scene. It's like, okay. Like for some reason that validated my feelings.
Yeah, I can't act right now. You know what I drank a lot of when I was there?
What's that? The high C thing? The 10,000. Oh shit. What does it taste like?
Pocari Sweat. It tastes like liquid IV, but better.
Okay. What's Pocari? Hokari. What is that?
I don't know. Some Japanese thing.
Okay.
Some like Japanese pharmaceutical company made it. And it's like an ion replacement drink. It's like liquid IV.
Yeah, sure.
Like there's sugar in it, and I don't care. I ordered 2 crates as soon as I got home.
Did you really?
I can't live without it now.
Wow.
It's like it's the perfect drink.
And they don't have a sugar free. They just don't have that there.
No, they definitely don't have a sugar free. But what's weird is that in Japan, it says kcal was like 35, and this one, I think this one was manufactured in. It says Japan. Product of Thailand for export only. This one has 123 calories. Makes you think.
It does. What about the omelet? The guy.
I didn't get the omelet. Bummer. But man, I ate good all day, every day.
Yeah.
I ate every 30 minutes. I don't know how else to describe. I had Wagyu skewers 5 times a day. There was one of the times where we went to ramen where we had to wait in line to go in the place. So I got a pork bowl across the street while waiting in line for ramen. The pork bowl was so much better than the ramen. It was so good.
Did you try McDonald's or any fast food staples?
Where do we go? I can't believe I'm just now remembering this. I didn't get the fucking kilogram cheese Domino's pizza. I'm an idiot.
Got to go back.
I know. I think I got to make it an annual pilgrimage. Didn't go to Osaka at all.
Really?
No. But we took the bullet train, which...
How fast is it?
I mean, it's so fast, but nothing will make you shake your head at America more than riding the bullet train.
Because it's just the most efficient, quiet
thing
ever.
It's 300 miles in 2 hours. What are we doing? The dollar is impenetrable right now. We're a superpower in the world, quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
And our transit is a fucking joke.
Yeah, there was one of the reasons that the Civil War, like secession, even started was a debate over an intercontinental rail line going through Chicago or going through, I think it was Atlanta, like the major hubs, and like it's been unsettled since then. You know what I mean? Like
the Civil War.
That was like one of the things where it's like, now we can't have a damn train. You know, like that was one of the things that was like a precursor to discussions about secession.
And it's still to this day.
And also it's like, dude, you can take a train from Chicago to Seattle if you want to spend $1,800 and it takes a week.
Yeah. There should be an efficient high-speed rail system across the entire country. Why does Tesla have a tunnel in Vegas just for Teslas, and there's no fucking train from here to San Francisco?
No train from you to San Francisco or from you to Vegas even. Just for the party.
And I guess that's being developed but it departs from Rancho Cucamonga.
Well, where is that in relation
2
to you?
hours away in traffic.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah,
So it's like I got to drive 2 hours to take a drain, 2 hours to do a 4-hour drive. It's so stupid. We're brainless. It's like the biggest proof of oil companies running everything.
Yeah. Where you live, period, is the biggest proof that I've personally ever witnessed of like, oh, if you don't have a car here, you're fucked.
You are fucked.
Yeah.
Without the public transport here is a joke.
And you have it. I mean, there are cities that are just like think about those Texas highways and the turnoffs and stuff.
Well,
my mom lived in Dallas for 5 years, no car.
Why is there not an well, I guess Texas is planning to secede or something.
Yeah. Here we go.
So when maybe once that happens, we'll get that rail and go Arizona, New Mexico,
Oklahoma,
Arkansas. That'll be great.
And then flying, what'd you watch?
Oh, dude. Played a lot of video games.
Nice. What'd you play?
So I started. I'm still on Vampire Survivor.
Oh.
It's the easiest thing to do two things at once, too.
Dude, I literally played it last night. I'm not like, joke.
Dude, I have billions of hours on it.
Yeah.
And I found a random chest in a random level and suddenly unlock story mode.
What?
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yeah, there's an adventure mode.
Holy shit.
It's a thing I found in a random level.
So cool.
It's unbelievable.
Who's your guy? Who's your starting guy? What is his weapon?
The throwing knife guy.
Throwing knife guy? I like the garlic guy. The force
field
field guy.
Man?
He's like the old man, but he's not slow. The other guy's slow.
The garlic is pretty good. I like the whip. The whip or the knife are my number one.
Yeah.
Dude, how powerful do you feel when you get all them combo weapons?
Dude.
It's unbelievable.
When you max out like the Holy Bible, the Bible one, where she's like,
dude, the Bible one's incredible.
It's so
good.
The
scythe that like spins around.
Yeah.
The fireball sucks.
But you know what?
Anyway.
If you max it out and you get to the end, highest damage output is the fireball.
I bet because it's the slowest one and it goes in one direction.
That's right.
Was a funny episode, huh? Yeah, and then I started the new Yakuza on the plane because I was like, dude, I got to play something Japanese to get fired up.
Oh, man. Get you locked in.
And it was so good that I immediately stopped. I'm not going to experience that on a little screen. I refuse.
Was that on your Steam Deck?
It was on the Steam Deck. I simply will not squander that beautiful experience on a tiny screen.
You have a lovely gaming setup.
I do, and I just made it better.
That you'll experience on that. It'll be great. You didn't watch anything or? Oh
yeah, no, I watched Missing. Mm-hmm. It's the same team that made Searching with John Cho.
Oh, okay.
But what's her name? She's Rue's sister in Euphoria. She's the main character.
I don't know.
It's the same type of story where it's all takes place on a screen, and it's all shown with like things from screen recordings.
Gotcha. Like
FaceTime and stuff. And like 10 minutes into the movie, somebody was like, "Oh, you're from Hollywood?" And she says, "I'm from Van Nuys." And I was like,
"I'm in."
And then I literally, the meme where the guy sits forward in the chair?
Yeah.
That was me. I sit forward in my chair and I was locked in for the rest of this movie. Missing turned out to be one of the great pieces of Van Nuys media in history. A great movie. Watch Blackberry.
Okay. I remember that.
Dude.
Yeah.
Incredible.
You started Shogun?
I started Shogun when I got home.
Okay. I'm going to start it after this. That's my plan.
Amazing pilot.
Great. Excellent.
Hate every white character.
Okay.
I think that's kind of the idea.
Yeah, right.
It's just like, yes, you are the villains of history, You were always the pieces of shit, and here it is.
Hey, man, there's a reason that every guy in the Empire in Star Wars has a British accent,
Damn.
Think about it.
Legendary Bo moment.
Did you visit any museums or anything cool? You visited Nerds, which is awesome.
Went to Nerds Records.
Yeah.
That place is incredible. It's like the American hardcore hub in Tokyo, which is an insane thing to think about.
Yeah.
Because like Disc Union's across the street, and there you can find Age of Quarrel First Press and stuff like I did.
Wait, can you talk about the almost mistake you made?
Oh, dude, they had a Beware the Misfits 12-inch, which I saw that and I was like, Papa has struck gold, baby. And I was like, dude, this just sold on Discogs for like $1,500. I'm getting a steal.
Yeah, because what was it? What was it?
And then I realized I was missing a zero from my calculation of what it cost, and it cost like $1,500.
Yeah,
I was walking to the register like, I did it.
So you thought it was? Does that mean you thought it was 150?
I thought it was $150, and I was like, these fucking chumps don't know what they got. I thought I was a rich man that day, and instead they knew what they had. That's the thing, is like, you'll eventually, like, there's a Crown of Thorns shirt in Disc Union from 96 that's $30. You know, that's where you'll be like, oh shit, I got something cool.
Yeah.
But things in the 1,000 range, they know what they got. And if you go to like Shimo Kitazawa, the like actual vintage store area,
yeah,
they all know what they got. And it's like all American stuff, which sucks.
You know what's funny is there's no, like, T-shirt Slayer exists, but it's not the same as Discogs.
No.
So it's funny that like a T-shirt can really be worth, it's as worth as much as like anyone's willing to pay.
That's the same with wrestling belts.
With no precedent. Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
They're only worth what somebody's going to pay for, you know?
Wow.
And then there's a market established by vintage stores and stuff, and it is out of control, as we've seen. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's weird. It's bizarre to just think about what things are worth. It's like Alice in Chains stuff,
dude.
It's crazy.
If you find Dirt, like an original pressing of Dirt, it's like a $300 to $500 record.
It's crazy. Was there one pressing or something?
Dude, I don't know what it was. I think it might be similar to Typo. Like, I got an original Bloody Kisses, but it was only printed in Europe. Mm. There was no US printing of it.
Interesting.
You know,
maybe only the Roadrunner Europe, the LPs or something.
Something like that.
But there's the two Alice in Chains shirts. The Alice in Wonderland one is always like $1,200 wherever you see it. The one we saw, the one we went to a vintage store and they had it, the Alice in fucking Chains one.
Yes,
it was like $1,500. It's insane. Who is paying that?
I have no idea, because you don't see them. I've never seen
someone. See them, and whenever I do, it's $1,500, and maybe that's why.
Yeah, right. Jesus.
Went to Shibuya, obviously, which is, you know, like Times Square. It's funny to look around and like I got a Fujifilm X100V camera.
Yeah. Yes.
So I was this is like HardLore taught me how to use that.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. I'm sure.
Like, I've had to become self-sufficient in video enough to make this show for the past 2 years that picking that up was like, oh, this is the same philosophy, which is really fun. And
that is cool. Yeah.
I had a good time taking pictures for the first time at 32 years old. Because it's like solving a little puzzle every time, you know?
It's like, what am I looking at?
You can look at it, you look through the viewfinder, you go, okay, this looks like shit. What do I do to make it not look like shit? And then you twiddle with the things and you learn what they do.
Yeah.
And then you're like, this doesn't look like shit.
Wow.
It's very, very satisfying, very rewarding.
I like that.
Photographers are listening to this, shaking their heads.
Just like, what the fuck are you guys talking
Fists
about?
to the sky, screaming. No! Went to Shibuya, Times Square. That's where Nerds is, which is like the location is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's crazy. I had no idea. Or
it's
forgot.
Like one block away from Shibuya Crossing.
Yeah. Wow.
It's insane. Went to Shinjuku, which is like Hollywood and Highland type vibe. That's where the Godzilla head is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's where Tokyo Vice, the best show on TV, takes place. Are you a fan?
I have not started the second season.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I just started the second season.
Okay.
It's good.
Good. Yeah, I love the first season.
First season is fucking unreal, dude. That's so good.
It's so good.
Went to what is it? Akihabara, the like arcade district,
Fuck
like the anime zone,
where it's just like, this building is owned by Sega.
Dude, the Sega buildings are all something else now.
No.
Yeah, they were purchased by something called Gigo.
Dude, COVID, dude.
Get into the gaming oasis.
Okay, that's kind of sick. That's kind of dope. I'm trying to Gigo for sure, dude.
Straight up, 100%. I got to get into that gaming oasis. Dude, the drum game, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the big drum game.
That's the best game of all time.
It is. There is zero learning. It's not like Guitar Hero. There's like no learning curve.
Hit this.
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll be able to do it on medium. Eventually, you'll be able to do it on hard.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if one day we start firing an episode opens and you just see in the background the full size cabinet for the drum game. I need it.
It's so fun.
It's so fucking fun.
Damn. You had a fucking, like, for 10 days, you packed in so much.
I packed it in. The Kyoto day was a 4-hour round trip on a train and like did it straight from, I think we got there at 9 a.m. Hired a guy named Kosuke to just drive us around all day. And everything's pretty spread out there.
Wow.
So we saw like one of the oldest shrines in Japan where they used to do, in the like 1300s, they did an archery competition.
Yeah.
For 24 hours.
Whoa.
And women frequently won.
Really?
Yeah, where it was, you have to fire an arrow every 10 seconds for 24 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and the winner would get these like crazy ornate paintings. And they had all the paintings up of like every single one the winners won from the 1300s.
It's crazy to think that Europe was experiencing the plague and that's what's going on in Kyoto.
I think the Spanish flu hit it hard.
Oh, okay.
Which that might have been way later.
Way later, yeah.
Way later, but there's one of the like Buddhist deities. So this temple is the only temple with 1,000 Buddhas in it.
Okay.
There's 1,000 carved Buddhas that were built by 70 sculptors over 90 years.
Holy shit.
And they like didn't
imagine
live
just being like 17. Like,
yeah, that's your life.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Like and then your son is born and you teach him to sculpt so he can keep doing it.
Oh, wow.
Crazy. There's and you can't take pictures in there.
Okay.
Unbelievable place. And then they talk about one of the deities that like became popular in Japan during the Spanish flu.
Oh.
Because she's like the deity of mercy and they were like, we need to be saved.
Yeah.
So like when you see her, you like rub her or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that place was fucking magical.
Did you experience a cold brew in Kyoto?
Okay, dude. Cold brew's not really a thing. It's crazy. It's sad. I told our guide that Kyoto was invented in cold brew.
Say that again.
He was like,
wait. Say what you just said again.
Did I say it backwards?
Yeah.
That Kyoto was invented in cold brew. I told our guide, I was like, do you know a place with good cold brew? And he was like, what the fuck is cold brew? And I was like, it was invented in Kyoto. And he was like, because he was born and raised in Kyoto. So I think he was psyched to have a new fact.
Yeah. The drip thing is called like the Kyoto styled fuck. Damn it.
But in Shimokitazawa, Bear Pond Espresso.
Yeah.
One of the greatest cups I've ever had. And then in Harajuku, went to Coffee Mamea, which has no signage whatsoever.
Love it.
It's a shack in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you go in and then you're suddenly in like a lab.
Yes.
And you only know that it's there because there's a line out the door.
Beautiful.
And there's 3 guys standing there just like, what can I like offer you? And they want you to take your time and test everything.
Really?
And there's a hot and a cold version of like almost everything. There's a pre-brewed cold brew version of every bean.
Yeah, it's just.
And that was great. That was like what are the wine people called?
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, tasting.
Yeah, but like, what's the thing? Sommelier.
Sommelier. Yeah,
it was like a coffee sommelier experience.
Unbelievable.
It was fucked, dude.
Were you jacked up?
Oh my god. Yeah, I had 2 and then got one. Lana was at this place called Kittyland.
Yeah.
Which is a 5-floor toy store. That's like you walk in and it's like calico critters and stuff. Mm-hmm. Downstairs is called Snoopy World.
Oh, Jesus Christ. She lost it down there.
I lost a fortune. Upstairs is Pokemon, Ultraman, and stuff like that.
Fuck
and then some other stuff. So yeah, I lost my ass there. But brought hers back and she took one sip and she was like, this is disgusting. But she's like a latte chick, you know?
Yeah.
Which so am I, to be honest. And I
don't discriminate.
That one too.
I don't discriminate except for lavender. I don't want lavender in anything.
I don't want that. Get flowers out of my beverage.
Yeah, I'm good.
You know? Give me a chocolate bean. You know?
Yeah. It kind of extends to matcha too. I'm not huge on matcha. I didn't do a single matcha treat. Yeah.
I won't do it.
Yeah. We don't need
But
it.
dude, Zuma said something really wise about tea when we were at dinner.
Hit me.
He was like, I don't like coffee. Tea is better because even when it's bad, it's just water in a packet. Where he was like, you can't fuck up tea. Fucked up coffee is crazy, he said. I don't know if we've stressed enough how fucked up my body is right now. Or why my eyes still have black makeup on.
No, I was going to get to it. We'll talk about your flight home going straight to Jag.
Jeez. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I guess we'll get there.
Yeah. My body is so fucked up.
I'm so fucked up, but as a wise man named Zuma once said, I'm entertainer. So here I am. Dude, sweet treats. Oh. The fucking, first of all, the waffle cone sandwich thing at 7-Eleven.
That is the perfect packaged treat.
I had one every night.
Yeah.
We got home from wherever we're going, hit the 7-Eleven across the street from the B Asakusa, and ate one into a coma every night. Dude, here's the thing you will not believe. We got there, went to bed at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Woke up at 7. 0 jet lag ever at all.
Are you serious?
Getting there, we were locked the fuck in day one.
So did you stay up the whole flight? Like, what was the move?
Stayed up the whole flight, which had to.
Right.
You know?
From LA, that's not impossible.
No, it was 12 hours.
It's tough.
And we left at 5 p.m.
Yeah, that's tough.
I can't sleep on planes.
Yeah,
no matter what.
Same.
So it wasn't as challenging for me, especially because I had Vampire Survivors. I started Yakuza. I'll tell you what I did.
What's that?
I rewatched The Irishman.
Oh boy,
it's fucking awesome, man.
I need to revisit and try and not focus. I still just hate the bang bang thing and the fucking.
But that and the kick at the grocery store are really the only two things you could say are bad about it.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it was so jarring at the time. I hyperfixated.
Dude, because the movie is so fucking good.
I really liked the Sebastian Maniscalco part.
Yes.
Pacino
as Jimmy Hoffa.
Pacino
is unreal.
And fucking Pesci's amazing. I still wish we got just one 3-way conversation between the three of them.
I know.
Just a little fan service, you know?
I know.
But whatever.
Ray Romano as the lawyer is unbelievable.
Yeah. And fucking, I always forget his name. He's an English guy. He plays Capone in Boardwalk Empire. He's in This Is England. He plays the guy in Miami in The Irishman who's late and they're arguing. Oh yeah,
the guy that beats up Jimmy Hoffa in jail.
That guy.
He's great in it.
He's great in everything. That guy's unbelievable. I forget his name every time. He's super British. All right, I need to revisit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't say enough good things about Japan, just the experience overall.
And you saw Koba, I saw?
Ran into Koba at Nerds. I told him I was going there. They both came. Beautiful. The way that hardcore has established this thing between cultures and countries around the world is like, it's truly insane that I can go to the furthest place in the world and text 3 guys and be like, hey, can I meet you at this record store? And they're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm so grateful for music, for just giving me that. Cause you tell that to your coworker.
Yeah. And they're like,
or some person around town and they can't believe it. But that's the standard fare for what we do.
Me, your coworker.
My coworker, Bo.
I was like, what are you talking about?
My last coworker.
So when you When you flew home,
Yeah.
were you as locked in, like jet lag wise?
Dude,
Yeah,
flying home is always way harder.
Way harder.
Way harder because you lose the time and you get home essentially when you left.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. You just skipped a day.
So I was awake for like 30 hours by the time I should have gone. I went to bed. First night, dude, I was home for one night, you know?
Yeah.
Went to bed at 9 p.m., woke up at 7 a.m. I was like, I'm back. I did it. I've done it. I achieved the impossible.
Yeah.
Went to the gym, had twitching tongues practice, went hiking.
Whoa.
10 p.m. hit, I'm wired.
Oh shit.
I got a fifth wind. I'm fucked. My modem suddenly dies.
No.
I'm leaving town the next day. My wife has work.
Yeah.
I've got to get. It is unbelievable how much society has to rely on just having internet at this point.
Dude.
And how little you can do when it doesn't work. When it goes out, they can't help you at night. And then the next day they send a guy who's like, yeah, this is a bigger problem. It's going to take 2 weeks to fix. So here we are hoping that my fucking internet doesn't go out.
Oh,
it's a miracle that it hasn't.
Okay, cool.
And then I have a flight the next morning. I don't sleep. I haven't really slept yet before since getting home from Japan the one night.
That one good night of sleep, that was your in the air sleep.
It was.
You're behind. You're
Which
trailing.
is fake. Yeah, I'm 2 days of sleep behind.
You're trailing an airplane right
It's
now.
the same thing that happened to me in the UK when we were there. Remember, I slept the one night.
Yeah.
Too good. I went to bed at like 10 p.m. the one night in the UK, woke up at 2 p.m. And I was even more fucked. Traveling, I don't know how to do it.
It's I can't even, what can I say? I still have nightmares about when I overslept when we were in England.
That was crazy.
The other day, I had a nightmare about it. Literally, while you were in Japan, I had a nightmare about oversleeping and you were waiting on me. Turned over and looked at my clock and it was like 7:45 in the morning. Like, and
we weren't working.
No, I'm home alone. I'm totally home alone. I woke up, looked at the clock, and I literally this loud. I went back to sleep.
A miracle, a bonus miracle.
My God.
Yeah, I don't like that. That was
yeah, I know.
That was awesome.
Hasn't happened since.
Hasn't happened since. You've been a good boy. And then I will say, people don't. You get ready so fast,
dude. I can get ready. I can get showered and ready in 15 minutes.
It's pretty unbelievable.
No problem.
You rally like nobody I've ever seen before. Whereas traveling with Mike Cesario, the man needs. He goes for 5 more minutes, and then 15 minutes go by. But it's the best.
Tell me about Jag.
So went to Jag yesterday, which is just another gig festival in Tacoma. Which is their replacement. So Rainfest was top 3 fests in the country as it was going on. You know,
yeah,
it was the Northwest's preeminent hardcore festival, to the point where it was like, damn, maybe we shouldn't tour there just in case we play Rainfest. So I think in some ways a festival can hurt certain regions.
Definitely, dude.
And I think since Rainfest has gone away, Northwest has gotten so strong on its own. Like their scene is thriving because of their bands.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's always the best thing. Texas, it's always the same. Mm-hmm. Florida, it's always the same.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say.
The places where it's hard to get to,
yeah,
they lean on each other and they start all these bands together and they go off for each other's bands.
Yeah, big time.
And that always gets me. Because California is so... kind of neglects its own bands at first. Like a young California band will take a long time to get over. Sometimes never does. Mm-hmm. But like California will hear like, oh, this band from Massachusetts is coming. 600 tickets sold.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Which is nice because it's like, oh, they're not from here. We got to support them. Meanwhile, there's a show every night And that's maybe the problem.
Not dissimilar from Chicago at all until very recently.
Right.
The new, like within the last couple of years, really post-COVID, boy, when I go to shows, like I am the oldest guy there, except for like Shane, like who booked the show. You know, it's like,
which is both a bad feeling and the best feeling ever.
Yeah, fully agree, 100%.
Of like, I'm so glad this many new people are here. And what was nice was seeing people I recognized from Rainfest at Jag was like, oh, these are the people that have been coming the whole time.
Yeah.
And a sea of people I'd never seen before.
Yeah.
Really cool. They've got a really special thing going.
I was Killing Time.
That's the best band ever.
They're the best band ever.
That's the best band of all time.
And that's one of their first out-of-state things, no? Because dude didn't want to fly.
I guess, yeah.
Like that was what I heard. So that's
really special.
It's kind of crazy, yeah. And then more importantly, how are the Jokers? How'd my boys do?
Oh, they killed it. We got there. So we flew day up because it was like, guys, I cannot.
Yeah, I can't go the night before.
I physically can't get in a day early. Like I literally couldn't. Got in, drove straight to the show. Got there pretty much as they started.
Oh, nice.
Which was amazing. Just walking in and they killed it. It was great.
Fuck yeah.
Cosmic Joke, HardLore Records, 001, out now. I don't know if there's any LPs left, but if there are, pick up one now.
Yeah.
Also, Athletic Greens. This episode is brought to you by Athletic Greens.
Boy, let me tell you something. And this is a ringing endorsement. I started with a personal trainer a week ago.
Oh.
In the meal plan and all the stuff he was telling me about, he's like, I want you to do this, this, and this. Make sure you get yourself a powdered green. I recommend AG1.
He said that?
I swear to God, it's in the thing. And I said, guess what?
Guess what I already have?
I'm
locked
on it.
in.
Locked.
And if you need it, go to athleticgreens.com/hardlore to get all the daily vitamins, probiotics, prebiotics that your body needs, that your body's been missing your whole life.
I drink it every single morning.
I had travel packs with me in Japan, in Seattle. Everywhere I go, I'm traveling greened up.
Yeah,
absolutely. They were looking at me like a psycho while I was on the train sipping my greens. But I didn't care because I knew that meant I could eat dumplings and noodles and mochi and...
And did you get sick?
No. I'm great. Sneezed a couple times, but that's, I was touching monkeys. what do you want from me? Athletic Greens, a life-changing supplement here, and it's just one little scoop of green powder, 12 to 16 ounces of water, once a day.
You can take it with your protein. You can take it with collagen. Then also, if you use our code, you get a year supply of the vitamin D and K drops. You put a couple drops in your drink as well. Get it all at once. Boom. Unbelievable.
This episode is also brought to you by Manscaped, which, walking 10 miles a day in Japan, my crop needs revival.
Jesus Christ.
And preservation and cleansing. So thank God I had the crop preserver, the crop reviver, and the crop cleanser to keep me alive.
I use a Manscaped product every single day, whether it be for hair trimming, beard trimming, skin washing, whatever it is. I use it every single day.
If you smell my body close enough in some capacity, if you scan the whole thing, eventually you'll be like, there
he is. That Manscaped.
So go to code HardLore. 20% off and free shipping. Manscaped. You won't believe it. It's
what's coming up? Father's Day is coming up soon.
Is it?
Yeah, eventually.
Easter is Father's Day, and it's coming up, and you got code HardLore.
You
get your eggs cleaned for Easter with the crop preserver.
He can't keep getting away with this.
Son of a bitch. Manscaped. Back to the episode. Hey, Bo.
Wow, that was a great...
Holy shit, I'm tired.
It's good.
Jag was incredible. So Jag coincided at we played at the exact same time.
I couldn't believe
Sting's last match ever.
I could not believe that. I texted Colin, hey, the hoodie looks good. He said, thanks. I said, the montage before Sting's match just killed me. And all he sent me back was this picture. And I immediately and then he said, about to play, immediately understood the predicament. Couldn't believe you had to do that.
The fact that, I mean, it was sad to miss it, you know?
Yeah.
In real time.
Yeah.
He's my favorite wrestler of all time. It's something I've been preaching for years now, that he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
But, you know,
you might be truly one of the only people
who the whole time
has always been championing Sting, actually.
Sting's been my guy, man.
So let me ask you, try to be as objective as you can and not stick to your favorite from childhood, because I get that.
Sure.
Undertaker, Sting.
100%.
Can you give me 3 reasons why?
Absolutely. I think Sting's transformation, story-wise, was one of the greatest wrestling stories ever told.
Because it was, I don't need WCW. I'm my
own
own shit.
It was, you think I've betrayed this thing I've been loyal to this whole time?
Right.
And then, so in the War Games match, he's supposed to be in it. He comes in, death drops everybody, leaves. Says, fuck you. You question my loyalty? Then you don't deserve me.
Yeah.
And that's when he starts going to the rafters.
Oh, 18 months.
18 months, dude.
Guy doesn't wrestle.
Selling out arenas by staring out from rafters.
Unbelievable. And that was when I was a boy, I was like, Sting's my favorite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that got me. I was fully in.
I mean, if the Crow is obviously a childhood favorite of both of ours.
Mm.
And seeing a wrestler who is dressed like the Crow but acting like Batman.
Wow.
There's nothing ever in entertainment history as cool as that.
Okay, I'll count that as 2 points. That's great.
You know? Also, the moveset, the swagger. Even before Crow Sting.
Yeah.
Surfer Sting was so guy.
So cool. I tweeted about the other day, I think fucking bomber jacket Sting. Unreal. Having the wherewithal to like stay covered up, wear your t-shirt, you know, like not look like Ric Flair.
Yeah.
To like, you still look fucking menacing and cool. Come on.
Which I think.
Yeah.
And I might be wrong here, but I think Bomber Jacket Sting was at the very least encouraged by, if not a Brody King idea.
When I tweeted about it, he told me that I think it was his idea and Emily did the makeup at the time. So there you go.
And Emily Blavelt.
Yes.
The wife of Brody King, one of the only other people to do Sting's face paint ever.
Really?
He did it himself his entire career.
That's so fucking sick.
I was so inspired by that I tried to do it myself.
Yeah.
Dog shit. The worst thing you ever seen.
It looks pretty good. But
no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that one.
Oh, who did that?
Sabrina. Okay. Sabrina the pigeon gave the pigeon's lovely girlfriend. She killed it. I saw her makeup and I said, you look like you're good at makeup. You want to do something for me?
That's awesome. I will say another thing that he has that Taker doesn't is like being that age and that late in your career and listening to the younger people of like, oh, I should do that. Yeah, that sounds good.
And not only listening, but like listening to what the audience likes and adapting.
Yeah.
Doing these, he does the past, all 30 matches in his career, other than the glass thing last night.
Yeah.
He had the craziest moment in every match.
Yes.
He did something where it was like, that was the craziest. How old is this guy?
Yeah, how old is this guy? Yeah. Also, one final point. He doesn't have a fucking crown jewel match. He doesn't have a Roman Reigns or a Goldberg match. You know what I mean? He went out.
He didn't take the blood money.
There's no like flop. Like there's no, he got hurt with Seth Rollins and then left. And like that was
then was like, oh, you're not gonna let me go? Okay. You're not gonna let me wrestle? I'm gonna find a way.
Yeah, I'm gonna find a way. So I think I might be convinced. I think Taker is like a little more flashy and immediate.
Yeah.
For me, you know?
Taker has some of the greatest matches ever.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest characters ever.
Yeah.
I'm not really going to argue if somebody is like, I like Undertaker more. I think it's better.
Yeah.
Because I get it.
Yeah.
You know, they served similar purposes in opposite companies. I liked Sting's presentation more, and obviously, he's the best guy ever. It seems.
Yeah, right. Nary a bad word to say about him from anyone. Yep. That's pretty.
Those say to Colin from Sting.
It's
right there.
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
Thank you, Brody. Thank you, Brody King. So that's my favorite wrestler, so I paid tribute to him in my own little way. And came out to his music, his OG Crow theme.
Do you know about his entrance yet last night?
No, I've only seen a little clip of the movie.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I'm not going to say a word.
Which looked amazing.
I want you to...
Here's a little hard lore for you.
Yes.
Listen to the Crow Sting theme and listen to a little song called Disharmony. And you tell me what you hear. Anyway, the Jag set was incredible. Had the best time. Haven't played Seattle since Bane's last tour. The first time Bane did a last tour was the last time we played Seattle.
The calculation meme right
now. They're
now.
back now, but the first time that it was the last time was when we last played there. And it kind of sucked. But this set was like, it felt like... it was like, finally, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It felt like everybody that's already seen us and been there the whole time going, no, we like this band. And all the new people that really getting it. It was very special. I appreciate Zach and everybody else involved for having us. Again, really proud of them for this thing they put together.
Got a little viral moment going around out of it.
Oh, that's the promoter of the show.
That's the promoter of the show doing like the gnarliest stage dive.
The coolest dive possible.
Yeah.
Loving that. I think I'm cursed a little bit in the microphone department. The same thing happened as FYI. Where I pick up the microphone, I say something, somebody goes across, my cord gets ripped out.
Dude, tape that motherfucker like Roger Daltrey.
I know. I think it's the mic that I use.
Oh, maybe it doesn't catch.
I don't think it catches well.
Tape it.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go back to a 58.
Go back to a 58. Yeah, for sure.
Because the 58s can take the beating of the hardcore beating that I don't think any other mic is designed to take.
Dude, you ever look at like the house mics at Gilman and they're just like flat.
They're flat. They're disgusting. They look like a human brain. And somehow sound
perfect.
Great.
Yeah, of course.
There's a couple mics in the world I'm going to try out soon. We'll see if I can get them to give them to me, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I think I'm cursed there. I had mic problems the whole set. And there's just a guy running around on stage like fixing things the whole time, which is the worst.
That's the worst. Yep.
But they're trying, and it's like you can't get mad at them, but then they hand you a microphone and then you sing it to it and you don't hear anything. And what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's Hollywood, baby.
Man, that's showbiz. But then the people keep going off, and then you don't really care. And then
that's kind of a unique thing about hardcore too. That I know we've kind of brushed upon, but it's like with Cruelty at Sound and Fury when he was having issues, and Michael was like, "Hey," and like told people like. This is why this is important. There's a
universal understanding of like that band might not be having a good time. We have to save them.
Yeah. Whereas
and they always do. It's beautiful.
Normies go to a show and there's like a problem and it's like,
that band sucked. They had a problem. I hate that.
And then you just got home from the trip from that show.
I got home like 3 hours ago.
Oh my God. This man.
I haven't rested yet. I don't think I can for quite a while. I got to get this out. What?
But so to answer anyone's questions, that's why it looks like Colin has eyeliner on.
Yeah, eyeliner on. Sting. I was doing Sting.
Well, while you were away, I did some traveling.
Where'd you go?
I had a noodle or two. I can do foreign. I can do exotic things here. No, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. Oh. I saw Lamb of God and Pantera in Green Bay. It was genuinely awesome. Lamb of God was like fucking sick. And Pantera did everything you want.
Really?
So they didn't, I'll just say they did not play Suicide No Part 1, but they did 2. Rocks. They did not play all of Domination, but they did the breakdown like on the live record.
Did the breakdown, right.
And they didn't touch Cemetery Gates in any way. That's the only one where I was like, ah.
Really?
No, they didn't even like, not even a montage or anything. No Cemetery Gates. But they played Floods all the way.
Yeah, that's wild.
They played...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the best breakdowns of all time.
And I'll say this. Obviously, anyone who was be going to that would know that Zach was going to kill it.
That's
he was like always the guy. Like there are videos of him walking on stage with a dog, giving the leash to Dimebag. Dimebag gives Zach his guitar and he rips a solo. Like he was always the guy.
Yeah. The chosen one.
He played because like the cool thing about Pantera to me is like all of Dimebag's solos you can hum. They're that memorable that you know all the parts. He played them all pitch perfect. He didn't squib a note.
Right.
The only thing he didn't do, and this is just me being a Dimebag fanboy, is during the walk solo, there's the either Dimebag uses 2 different hands to do the
and he didn't do it?
He didn't do that. It's the only
he just did one.
He just did
there's a certain sauce that those brothers had. Like Vinny with his kick drum,
dude,
could lead with both feet.
Oh, really?
That's how the Becoming intro thing is possible. Because it goes, which requires right, left, right.
Oh.
To lead. So it's like such a fucked up pattern. Even doing it right now is like,
dude, Primal Concrete Sledge. Just counting, but
how is that good?
On your essentially your first LP.
Yeah.
Like how the fuck did you do that?
I don't know, man.
But yeah,
how did they do any of that?
That was awesome. It was hilarious because it was in northern Wisconsin. It was a room of the most polite drunk Hesher metal. Really? Assuredly, like, sketchy.
That's shocking.
And they were all just like, oh, sorry about that. But like everyone was so fucking nice. Everyone was so cool. So that was cool.
Sorry about that, pal. See Kyle.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Just absolutely, without a doubt, some of the worst people in history attending that. Respectfully, that's crazy.
But nary a problem.
That's shocking.
It was wild, but that's Wisconsin. They're the most polite.
Except for when the Packers are playing, huh?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know.
That's then they become animals.
Football Bo is starting this year. It's that era.
You're into Bo now? You're into football?
I'm really into Bo now, dude. I love Sleepy Colin. This is amazing.
I'm so tired.
You want to hit the Discord? You want to hit some questions?
Yeah, we got some questions here. Before we do that, Bo, I guarantee somebody in here will probably ask about sweet treats, and then I can go into detail about the sweet potato creme brulee.
Oh, Jesus, I forgot. I can't believe I forgot.
The same place made the ube, the shredded like spaghetti ube thing over ice cream.
Yes.
And that is the craziest thing I've ever eaten. It's fucked up. The place is unbelievable. All right. We got questions from the Discord here.
Join the Discord if you haven't already. Join it. We're like 105 people away from 3,000 members.
Wow. And this is where we do this.
This is where we do this. And moving forward, I'm predicting by the end of this year, it's going to be real important. So you're going to want to get in there.
It'll be really important. I think within the next month when the Patreon starts, this thing, what we're doing right now, the Q&A stuff will be happening kind of exclusively on Patreon. Mm-hmm. And it'll be all Discord based.
All through Discord.
This first question: top 3 best qualities about each other. You want to go first, Bo?
Oh, that's so nice. I'm gonna clip this whole thing and play it to you when I piss you off. Let's see, Colin. You're a fucking ever-flowing spring, like an ever-flowing stream. Some may say of creativity. Like the ideas that come out of you in your various outlets are actually unbelievable. It's like inspiring. It's intimidating. But yeah, just the way that like you're always able to put out music for various bands, merch for various bands, merch for like whatever. Like it's the amount of plates you got going is crazy.
Too damn many.
You love even during a high stress moment, you can have a laugh. I admire that in anyone. I think that's a really important thing. It's important to me personally. And you are just such a good dad to your pups.
Oh,
I admire that in a person too.
You know what's funny is I don't like talk about them all the time, which is interesting because they're pretty
not on the show.
No, but they're pretty much like the only thing I think about. You know?
Yeah.
Like my life revolves around them, and I barely talk about them. That's private, you know?
Yeah, that's
yeah. I love those fuckers. Bo, you.
This is so uncomfortable immediately.
No, it's great. You're gonna have to listen. Like I said earlier, when we're out and about and we're traveling and stuff, everything is kind of just happening when it's happening. Mm-hmm. We have no idea what we're gonna do, and you're always just like, okay, sounds good. If there's ever a problem, it's okay, sounds good, whatever works. Very easy to work with, and it's things like this where we can sit here and talk for 2 hours, and then we wrap and go, man, that was easy.
Yeah.
And then in the comments, it'll be like, best episode yet.
Yeah. Right.
That always feels good because that's just us. And that's, what's better than that? This is very good. What else do I like about Bo? Every single time I've said, Bo, would you try this ranch or this mayonnaise again just to see if you like it? You always say yes. I know you don't like it. I know you won't like it. And you always do it just because you want me to be happy.
I also, I respect food.
Yeah,
I respect the chemistry that is making a bite, you know?
Of course.
I want to try what is intended. I really, truly, I want to like everything, but some things you just don't like.
I also think you are highly intelligent in a way that I am not. Your historical anecdotes that come out are always at such unbelievable timings when I'm like, I want to know more about this thing. You're like, ding. Actually, Paul Revere was kind of a scumbag.
It's true. He died a drunk. He died penniless as a drunk. That is true.
What are the odds?
That is 100% true.
So yeah, that's fun. That's good stuff.
That's good stuff.
Favorite food you tried in Japan?
There it is. Look at that, the second question.
The pancake was fucked. It was unbelievable. Look at these photos I took.
God, they're so fluffy. They're so
fluffy. And then the sweet potato creme brulee was like, me and Brittany would get back to the hotel every day and be like, okay, tomorrow we got to go back and people would be trying to plan stuff and we'd be like, hang on, we need the sweet potato creme brulee before we can do any of that.
How many of them did you eat total?
I ate 3 of them.
Okay.
Three of them in 10 days.
So you had the crack of the sugar. I saw the video.
So the sweet potato creme brulee is, they grow these sweet potatoes just for this.
Okay.
So they're sweetened from the moment they're grown. Oh. They're like fertilized sweet. So that when they bake them, the custard and the sugar aside, you get into the potato itself with the custard, and it's sweet too. So you peel off the skin, and it's sweet too.
So you're actually eating. It's not just used for the shell. You're
actually carving that son of a bitch.
Wow,
crazy, dude.
Wow, because sometimes you'll go to a steakhouse and you'll get a baked potato. And it'll be like a twice baked potato. And you can kind of tell that this shell was from like a few days ago. But the mix was made maybe more
Give me
recently.
The cheese and the innards and then I'm getting out of there.
You know?
With this sweet potato creme brulee thing, you could straight up.
You could just eat it.
You could eat it whole. Whoa. That was probably the best thing. And the pancakes. Pancakes were crazy.
Crazy that it was sweet treats in a place that I wouldn't automatically associate with sweet. You know,
because the country is so fat phobic that you wouldn't think that, but there's sweet treats everywhere all the time, and they're all good.
Fuck.
It sucks.
It's the perfect place.
It's the best place ever. The fucking coffee vending machines on every corner.
Oh, dude, we didn't even talk about the warm vending machines.
Yeah, the Boss Rainbow. It was 35 degrees out the whole time. So I'm freezing my nuts off, pouring rain, drinking a hot cup of coffee every corner of every street.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, the fucking lack of trash cans there is pretty brutal. There's also not a paper towel in sight.
Really?
Bathrooms all have the electric dryers.
Sure.
Which at first was frustrating, you know?
Yeah.
And in America, when a place doesn't have paper towels, it's kind of like, buddy, you're not saving anything with this electric dryer. I'm going to use your napkins. but Japan universally getting rid of them, like, has reduced waste. That has made a crazy impact on the world waste and the
their
ecological
output.
waste issue in Japan.
Yeah.
So when they do something, they're like, yeah, we're going to completely change this and it's going to work.
Yeah, right.
And
they don't just ban straws.
No, they're psycho about separating recycling and trash.
Right.
And you're like, what we learned eventually was that you should kind of carry a tote bag and carry your own trash around.
For your own trash. Yeah. It's funny because Mac tweeted about it and I responded and was like, yeah, you carry it with your shame. Like that's it.
100%. Which
you have
it
waste.
also, I'm big and greedy. So the whole time I'm sucking down drinks every corner, pissing myself left and right, drinking Pocari Sweat all the time, carrying 3 to 4 bottles at all times. Like a scumbag.
Like it is kind of, I don't know. They could have every major intersection could definitely have a nice
Put a fucking trash can.
Put a
there.
garbage
But
can.
also,
Come on.
when you get rid of it like that, it actually does something.
So where would you get rid of it?
The hotel.
The hotel. Yeah.
It's like, that's the thing, is you are supposed to discard your waste personally. Like it's your waste.
It's pretty impressive. The whole country is impressive.
It's going somewhere. You know, the whole country is impressive. And that's the craziest thing. Cause like we nuked them twice.
Yeah. Yeah. They were
and their society smokes ours. Everything about it. Walking around, everybody is so respectful. Like we never had an issue anywhere for any second. And they're so understanding.
Did you ever feel unsafe even for a
Never
moment?
for a second.
And it's like you're in one of the largest metropolises on the planet.
On the planet. The like one of the main ultimate travel destinations in the world.
Yeah.
And they are so psyched to have you there. Or so you think. You know?
I think the number one destination is Paris, in which there are many places.
They fucking hate you.
And I wouldn't want to walk alone.
No, it's like not a safe place.
Yeah. You know? Not so in Tokyo.
Tokyo's the GOAT, dude.
I gotta go. I gotta go back.
Let's see. When will Harm's Way re-release the Fourth Crusade rip? That's a funny question.
Oh, that is a funny question. Never.
Never.
So get you one. I have a medium. Yeah. If whoever asked that is a medium, let me know. Somebody gave it to me in St. Louis recently. I can't wear it.
Yeah, they got. You don't want to talk about it?
We were asked not to sell it and to donate any money made from it, which we did. And we respectfully stopped selling it.
Yeah.
That's really all I want to say.
Which is really interesting to me when they were really supportive of In Love There Is No Law.
Which is like...
That just took the title. I changed one word.
You took the title. Yeah. Yeah.
And they were like, that's awesome, lads. Good on you. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I mean... to their credit, they are always like, they're infamously
DIY.
Would very DIY, would destroy merch after tours that wasn't purchased so that it couldn't be scalped and resold. When was the last tour that they did?
2013. Shirts were $10.
Shirts were $10 and $15, depending on color.
Unreal.
So like, to their credit, they're protecting something.
Yeah.
I have no issue there.
I just think in metal, there's like Tom Gabriel Warrior from Celtic Frost had a whole thing, had a meltdown when Cruelty did a Celtic Frost rip. They think that ripoffs are plagiarism when they're tributes.
It's the highest honor.
It's the highest. It's weird. It's the utmost respect.
It's truly the utmost respect. Yeah. We also did that. There were 4 UK dates. The first outbreak was one of them. On that tour where we had that shirt, and we introed with the Fourth Crusade intro. Out of pure fucking love.
Just respect.
So, but hey, we're respectful young men, and we did what was asked, and so be it. I've made my peace with it.
Good.
And was in the fucking pit in 2013 when they played here.
Oh
so,
my God.
Who fucking cares?
That's the best live set I've ever seen. UK Twitching Tongue shows when? Don't know. We were asked about one, and communications fell apart. I'm sure it'll happen within the next year or so. Top 3 ways to get out of your head when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. That's funny.
Top 3? What do you do when you're stressed, Colin? You go to the gym, I know.
That, and I just try to like compartmentalize all the things I'm stressed about.
Yeah.
Generally when I'm stressed, it's because of like 2 things I have to do at the same time.
Yes, right.
Which,
dude, scheduling conflicts, overbooking yourself is like, it's a nightmare.
The Kale Sane syndrome, I call it.
Unreal, dude.
I generally just focus on the most realistic one, and it's generally this show, and do it. Work really hard, sacrifice some sleep. Suffer.
Yeah.
I suffer.
You do.
Top 3 ways to get out of your head when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. Suffer for a while.
Yeah.
And then you won't have to.
I go to the gym. I clean a lot. I like to clean. And I have to move soon, so I've started like decluttering, which has been feeling really good. But I've turned into a nighttime gym guy. Like it's 9:35 in the evening tonight. As soon as we wrap and I send you everything, I'm going straight to the gym. There's 2 people in there. It's amazing.
That's one of the great perks of living alone, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's like you're on your own schedule. Truly.
Do whatever I want. It's the best.
Also, one of the best things to get out of your head, binge eat.
Oh, dude.
The goat.
on this meal thing that I'm doing with the program, I get 2 cheap meals a week. Which is actually really nice because I can really like just hyper focus on the one.
Yeah.
And the other day I had a Lou Malnati's. I just had
that. Sounds so good, dude.
It was my Uncle Lou.
Yeah. Sounds amazing.
Eat
a good
and then
meal.
go to the gym.
Best 0 sugar soda, not diet. What the fuck does like 0?
Oh, so not Diet Coke, which is how I would be a prick about that and be like, well, actually, I like that. Coke Zero,
Dr. Pepper 0.
Oh,
Sprite 0. And
Coke 0.
And Dr. Pepper cream soda 0.
Is it Diet Baja Blast or is it Baja Blast 0?
It's I think it's 0.
I think it is too.
Call.
Yeah, I think it is too. And dude, have you had the Crispinata?
No.
It's an empanada that is the crispiest little thing with chicken and cheese in it.
From Taco Bell?
Yeah, I bet we have it here. And I know they have it in Wisconsin. And
I've been gone a while.
Yeah, dude, they're like $2. They come with like they're fucking great.
I've been completely disconnected from reality for the past 2 weeks. I've just been really excited to get home and listen to my favorite rappers, P. Diddy and Meek Mill, and just really, really move on and just get reconnected with American culture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Harm's Way non-fest shows when? So soon, right?
Yeah, well, a lot this year. So, a lot. So just stay tuned.
How small were the bathrooms over there in Japan?
Small bathrooms. You're a big guy. Did you run into any size issues?
A few things, yeah. There's a train, one of the train crossings that we had to go to.
Yeah.
It's literally like a 3-foot thing you have to like crawl under to get to.
What?
I don't understand it. I think you could go around, but it's just like a shortcut where you can just crawl under this thing.
Did Lana just walk straight?
She walked straight through.
Just like with a book on her head, straight through.
I didn't feel claustrophobic in bathrooms at all.
Good.
If anything, they're all single stall, spacious bidets everywhere.
Yeah, that's the best.
Bidets at Disneyland, dude.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the most confusing place too, because there will be in the same like public or semi-public restroom. There's going to be the most advanced bidet and warm toilet you've ever seen, and then a squat hole. Well,
the squat holes are kind of gone in Tokyo. I think maybe they're the only time I've run into the squat hole was in Osaka and Nagoya, I think. Mm-hmm. I remember the main venue in Osaka for a while had the squat hole. Mm-hmm. And that's why now on every toilet, there's a little warning sign of like, there's instructions on how to sit on the toilet.
Because it's for probably either really rural or elderly people.
100%. Of like, no, don't stand on it.
Yeah, don't stand on it.
You have to sit like this.
Yeah.
It's written on every single public bathroom.
Wow.
Pretty amazing.
I didn't even ask, did Lana and everybody's first time, did they have a fun time?
I've told everybody the whole time, like, you're never going to want to do anything ever again. That's pretty much the consensus.
Beautiful.
Except for Mac, who's a fucker. And he's like, yeah, I want to go somewhere else before I come back. Whereas me, I found the thing I like to do. I found the place I like to go to. I do want to go to Korea.
Oh, dude, Seoul would be amazing.
I want to do that.
You said that about Mac, like literally the second you're like, yeah, I want to go someplace else, and a huge thunderbolt, like bolt of a rolling thunder just
Zeus was just being like, Mac. Top 3 albums released before 1980.
Oh, good
That's
fucking
fun.
question. All right.
Fun.
Well, Cough Cool came out in 1978. Misfits, the best band ever.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah, Black Sabbath. Which
Self-titled.
record? Self-titled.
Yeah. For 1980.
I would say Zeppelin 2. Any of the first 4 Led Zeppelin records.
When was Genesis Wind and Wuthering? 76, dude.
Woo! Just made it.
That's one.
Who's Next was in the 70s. I might say that.
That's a good, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Dude, how crazy is Bob O'Reilly?
The funny thing about Bob O'Reilly.
Are you sick of it?
No. Dude, when they fucking played it, when I went with my mom and they played it, I lost my mind. Like, that song hits.
It's insane.
When the drum fill, and the funny thing about it is it's a 4-chord song. It's just like a pop song.
Yeah, but they found the magic.
He found it.
The tones and everything. Why is it called Bob O'Reilly?
It's Bob O'Reilly is a limerick. It's like an old like traditional. That's why there's like a violin piece at the end. Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Wait, when was ABBA Super Trooper? Because that would be.
I feel like that's 70s.
1980. Fuck.
Let's see. What is the first Police record? Or Ragata?
Top 3.
Knowing me, I would go a Sabbath record, a Zeppelin record, and a Who record.
I would say Black Sabbath, Abbey Road. When was Off the Wall? 79. Off the Wall.
Oh, damn. Good call.
Yeah.
Did you know what's so funny? You mentioned the Beatles, but a different album and era entirely. I was at coffee shop today, and they normally play very smooth, fucking like the most indie, really lo-fi, very soft.
Mm-hmm.
I Want to Hold Your Hand came on.
Banger, dude.
Obvious.
Rocking ass song.
Dude, it's like when you're used to something for like an hour and then that comes on, it's like abrasive.
Yeah.
To the point where I can't imagine being like an old guy at that time and be like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, it was like extreme music.
It was
the America was protesting it. You know?
So
like cool. it was as if an evil entity was entering the country, like a foreign invader.
The British. Paul Revere.
I know. It was crazy. Beatlemania, man.
Yeah.
That was extreme music.
I love it.
It was pop music and it was extreme music. It's bizarre. They were banned for 7 years.
It's like the 90s. Dude, that is one of the craziest facts about the Beatles is that they were banned for 7
years. Changed every genre.
And they only toured for like 4.
Yeah, they stopped playing music because it was unsustainable, and then they started again, and they were like, "This is kind of fun," and then they were like, "This is fucked up. We gotta stop."
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm really curious to see what the like 4-part biopic thing is going to be like. You know about that?
No, all I know is the one that just came out.
So the dude that directed 1917 is going to do a movie about each one.
Is it
Beatle.
Fictional?
Yeah. Like an actual movie, not a documentary.
Whoa.
So that could be good.
Wow.
The George movie is going to be
dude,
incredible.
He's the fucking GOAT, dude.
He's number one.
Rank your Beatles.
George.
Yep. Now this one's tough, but I think there's a clear winner.
In terms of just as a guy or sheer musical output?
Both. It's got to be both.
It's got to be Paul then.
Yeah, 100%.
George, Paul, Ringo.
Really?
John.
You put is that the drummer in you putting Ringo over? I think I would go.
Dude, Ringo seems like the coolest guy.
He does, 100%. The fact that he was on fucking Charlie and the Tank Engine, is it Charlie?
Yeah, he's in Popstar.
Yeah,
you know
what a guy,
and he's hilarious in it.
Yeah,
he says the line where he's like, "It's after Connor does the gay rights song."
He's writing this song for gay marriage. You know, like it's not allowed. It's allowed now.
It's good.
It's the greatest movie ever made.
But dude, fucking the first record that George puts out is a triple LP
of every song they've ever rejected, just being like, "Listen how fucking good these are." And there's some of the best songs ever written in music on that.
It's unbelievable.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
If you were to start a fast food mascot fight club, who would you choose and why?
Wow.
Hamburglar.
You think Hamburglar's taking it over the Burger King?
The King has people doing his dirty work.
Yeah, but it's like Kingpin. He got there somehow.
I think he was born into it. It's a monarchy.
What are other fast food?
Or it's a patriarchy. I don't know.
Wendy's getting. Maybe Wendy knows some fucking.
My grandpa was Wendy's personal trainer for some time.
Wait.
Wendy's a real person, and my grandfather was her personal trainer for some time.
Personal trainers existed that long ago?
Well, no, Wendy's not that old. What? Wendy is Dave Thomas's daughter.
Oh, really?
Dave Thomas named it after his daughter, Wendy, and my grandfather was her personal trainer. My grandpa's like 5'2" and fucking jacked.
Really? Which side?
Yeah. Mom's side. Baldest man you've ever seen. Which is why it's coming.
Wow.
I don't know. I think Hamburglar is, he's done time.
He's done time.
He's hardened. He's battle hardened,
But you know who I bet they would all want to fuck up is the fucking mayor. The burger mayor.
Yeah, absolutely. That's scumbag.
Total fucking bureaucrat piece
Jack
of
in the
shit.
Box, he's a suit,
Yeah.
Grimace could probably fuck somebody up.
Dude, Grimace will take you. Dude, what's that? There's an amazing Habib quote. Grimace will take you into some deep waters, dude.
100%.
He'll take you into deep water and make you learn things about yourself.
Dude, those Quiznos puppets, those freaks.
Freaky little fucks.
Those will scare anybody.
Quinto Sobs.
Put them in Smash Bros.
It's like ice
now
climbers.
Entering the battlefield.
Freaky little fucks. What are other fast food mascots? Taco Bell doesn't really have one.
They have the Chihuahua. They had the racist Chihuahua for a while.
Racist Chihuahua, yeah. Chick-fil-A doesn't have one. It's like
they have the cows
or the GOP.
Yeah, they have the Westboro Baptist Church is fighting on behalf of Chick-fil-A.
Oh Jesus!
I picked the Hamburglers. He's my captain.
I'm going the King.
Hamburglar's gonna fuck him up, dude.
Dude, no fucking way, dude.
Thoughts on cosmic bowling? I'm for it.
Oh, fun anecdote. Over the weekend, there was a fundraiser for Shane and Empire Productions in Chicago. Shane is gonna acquire and procure a DIY space for Chicago hardcore, explicitly for Chicago hardcore, metal, and all the adjacent relevant scenes.
Wow.
The fundraiser was in the Fireside, which I've talked about 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I didn't bowl personally. I just wasn't in the mood, but there was bowling, there was food, there was a silent raffle I won a Plan of Attack shirt, which was like an early Chicago hardcore band. John Caution played drums. And on the back of it says Bomb Worker Park, which is where I live. So I had to get it. It was designed by A-Ross, who was also in Plan of Attack and played with Harm's Way a bunch. And I got a sick, it's over there, I can't really reach it, but I got a sick, the second Killer LP is like this like fantasy looking map for all who wander are not lost. And I got a print of it. One of 7. 5 went to the band, 1 went to Clint, and then there was 1 extra. I got the extra.
Went to a good home.
They also, dude, he had it was a 5th pressing, which made me kind of back off the ledge a little bit. 5th pressing, test press, Satisfaction is the Death of Desire.
5th pressing?
But 5th pressing, yeah.
Well, that might be when they had to take the sample out. If there was a test press.
But for 5th pressing?
Because they had the samples on there for quite some time.
Is there not a test press for every pressing?
No, there's not.
Right.
Because they just use the same plate. So there's a reason a 5th pressing test press would need to be made.
Why would it be 5th? Oh, because it had been pressed 4 previous times on the same plate, and then I see. Interesting. Which is kind of cool. That's still kind of unique. Someone got it for like $200.
But that's why aren't there shows at the Fireside?
The guy who runs it, it's still the same guy who always did them. The same guy has owned the Fireside for the last fucking 30 years. Straight up doesn't like people. That's it.
Yeah, but it's a business. It's a bowling alley.
And like they've stayed in business not doing shows, so they do good enough.
Okay.
It's a bar too, so there's that.
They just don't need to do shows, basically. They don't need the hassle.
What's so funny is, no, they do. They definitely do. I was told about a face-to-face show there. The cap, I think, was eventually shrunk to like 400. There was a face-to-face show there before fire marshals got called and shit, where 900 people paid. There were people to the where the pin reset things are, like the end of the alleys.
Wow.
People back to there for this show.
That's pretty cool.
So they definitely need it, but whatever. The guy just doesn't want it.
Okay.
But raised a bunch of money for Shane, and it was cool. And it was a lot of fun. And
that's amazing. Well, I can't wait to see what that turns into.
Yeah, me too.
Because is every like Cobra Lounge, Sub T,
Cobra Lounge, Sub T,
who owns those?
Beat Kitchen and Sub T are the same. I don't know who owns it. Cobra Lounge, I know, has a connection to Riot Fest. Where, so for example, for those of you who may not know, when the Rumble happens every year, it's in July of this year, announcement coming soon. The fest is in the parking lot outside. The PA, the stage, the light, everything was paid for and donated by Riot Fest.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is fucking sick. Like that's a really cool thing. Riot Fest, to my knowledge, might be it might be the biggest owned by Live Nation fest of punk rock
Coachella
music.
Is straight up Golden Voice,
and what's
which
like
is
punk
AEG,
rock,
which is
what's Psycho Vegas.
That one might be cool.
So it might be that one. It might be that in like Riot Fest, you know. So the fact
whereas
that
No Values Fest that just got announced is Golden Voice. It's the same company that brings you Coachella. AEG, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, making a punk fest called No Values. Anyway, have you two become closer as friends because of HardLore? Of course.
Yeah, definitely.
Like 100%.
Definitely. We were always, it was funny. Colin and I got put together I don't know if you remember this. We got put together in a group chat over the authenticity of a typo negative shirt once.
Interesting.
Forever ago, maybe
before the tour.
Before the tour, yeah, a few years before the tour.
Wow. And
then the tour. At the tour, I would say we became friends. We would always see each other, say what's up. We wouldn't talk all that much. It became kind of a COVID thing.
Yeah, 100%.
It was when we were started talking more often. Then this came out of that
because you started streaming. And it was like this. Well, obviously, us touring together was where we actually became close. And then we toured together again and then got even closer. Yeah. Talked all the time. And then we would just Zoom. We would just do literally this and talk about streaming and tech stuff and just cameras and microphones and whatnot. And then we were doing
stories
D&D
would come up. Yep. Yeah, D&D. That's right.
for several weeks, and that was cool. That's still a thing I would kind of like to do.
That's a
with this.
Patreon
Maybe that's
thing.
a Patreon.
That's a Patreon gimmick. Easy.
Love it. Sold.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Undoubtedly.
definitely.
We're fucking attached to the hip forever because of this thing, you know? So, of course. Y'all doing anything special for LDB? Would love to meet you guys. We'll definitely be around.
Yeah, we got to talk about that still.
Yeah.
Colin, we literally talked for 20 minutes before we started recording about other stuff and like haven't really gotten a good catch up. So
Yeah.
we have some stuff that we have to film.
Yeah.
But
That's true. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I'm most excited for that. Honestly.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, you'll know about that soon.
But we'll be around for sure. You're playing the Hate Breed day.
Yeah, playing first day.
And Harm's Way is playing that day, and then Weapon X is playing the next day. So we will be around for sure.
We're in the cut that weekend. This is interesting. Can either of you out Pizza the Hut?
Nobody out
100%.
pizzas.
I
Nobody
can
out.
eat the whole. I mean, nobody can pizza wise. You know, they got the best one.
Yeah. You think so? You think it's better than Domino's?
It's just because I grew up eating it.
So it's
Dude,
the same. I grew
But
up with
right now they
Domino's.
got the melt sandwich thing.
What's that?
They basically replaced the Pizzone.
Okay.
Were you a fan of the Pizzone?
I definitely had it.
Oh my god, the Pizzone was $5. It was incredible.
Yeah.
But they've replaced it with like a pizza sandwich. It's incredible. It's like actually good by any metric. Check out the pepperoni melt from Pizza Hut. It's incredible. How do bands typically get paid on tour? This is an interesting question. Is it by guarantee or is it by the individual draw of each tour date or another way?
So it's
Great
changed.
question.
It's changed quite a bit over the years. It when we first started touring heavy, it was always guarantee.
Yeah.
Always.
And it was always very low.
Very low. The first big tour, I've talked about it before, the first big tour Harm's Way ever did, we were getting $150 a night for 5 weeks of touring and selling about that much in merch.
Yeah.
Rough.
If you get home and you haven't personally spent any money, it was like you were the richest person alive.
We made money, you know, pretty early off of like, and like a little bit of money, hundreds, not a ton. The first time we made money after Europe, that was like, oh shit.
Because you lose your ass the first 3 times you go.
Absolutely.
Now, sometimes you have a door deal like for the better, you know?
Yeah, right.
It's like, hey, this is going to be good. You should do a door deal.
You should do a door deal because you're going to make way more.
Or what was funny, the Cobalt, dude, this is an insane, people don't even believe this when you say it. The Cobalt had a clipboard at the beginning where you had to say who you were there to see.
Oh yeah, I remember shit like that.
And that's how they determined how much each band got paid. And you could just say all of them and they would mark all of them, but people didn't. They just said the headliner. It was insane.
God. One thing I'll say, another thing that exists for anybody who doesn't know, is if a headliner is doing really well and it sells out, there's going to be a thing called back end.
Oh, back end rocks.
Back end is the best thing that has ever existed. That's kind of when, if you're a headliner, you're getting your guarantee and you're making more.
You make more if the show sells out.
If the show sells out.
It's like, hey, it's like a bonus. It's like getting a bonus.
There's also, I don't know, how do you feel about this? A couple of shows we played recently, the Metro is one of them, where if you sell out, there's no merch cut.
What?
No merch cut.
I mean, I don't tour, so I haven't experienced that really, but that sounds incredible.
Right? Because then the argument is like, what are you taking a cut for?
Yeah.
It's sold out.
I gave you this sold out show.
I gave you the most money you could hope to make.
Yeah.
So your expenses are covered. You have no reason to take a cut.
That's true.
It's kind of cool.
True.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I still, obviously, merch cuts are fucking bullshit, but it's kind of cool.
There's no justification whatsoever for that.
One of the most class act stand-up things ever. And they don't exist anymore, so I can talk about it with impunity, I feel. Every time I tour, Webster Hall, Brooklyn. It's Williamsburg Music Hall or School of Music, something like that. Big ass venue, big old thing in Brooklyn. Every time I sold it out, made back end, split it with the tour package.
Wow. That's incredible.
That's a class act.
You never see that.
That is their money. No one's expected to do that.
Yeah.
And they gave everybody a little taste.
That's ETID was the band to like,
dude. They were the band that showed us like how to tour and how to operate, how to kind of carry yourself,
how to act. Yeah.
Oh,
I've had a reckoning lately, you know, in the past year or so. And I'm sure I've said this on here before, where growing up being the youngest person in the room, which I was for a long time.
Yes.
I would look around and be like, I don't know that guy, you know, and expect like, okay, whatever. I don't know that guy. Now, as somebody who's older, I see a younger person. I think, I don't know that guy. That's my fault. You know?
Wow.
Like that's up to me to know that guy.
Yeah.
Like to make people feel welcome. And that, like they're supposed to be here and that I want them here, which I do.
Yes.
So every time I die, I did that as a band to other bands.
Dude, I mean, we had already toured with them, but the first day of Warped Tour, when like you can get on the bus and you're counting merch, you're doing all, there's like a literal like school orientation. There's like that for Warped Tour in Pomona. And we're doing all that and doing all the other thing. And like, we like very timidly like got on the bus, like, hey guys, like, is it cool if and they were like open arm hugs. Like, of course, what do you think? Like all of them, you know, across the borders. Like, this is yours. Like, what are you talking about? Class act. Beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful. Favorite city to play in Australia? I don't remember.
Melbourne is Melbourne is unbelievable. Not only because that means I'm going to see one of my favorite human beings on the planet.
Cunt. Toppest cunt, Aaron Osborne.
But also the shows are always really good. And then Sydney is fucking. I would love to go back and see what Speed and the current generation of hardcore have done and like what's changed. Because I was there in 2019. I was there.
Yeah.
You know, COVID
you
included.
Were there
I was
right
there
before.
Semi recently, so I would love to see it.
I was there far before that. I would also love to go back. Wink. Any chance? This is the next question. Any chance of a Twitching Tongues God's Hate Harm's Way Australia tour? Wouldn't that be the dream?
You make it happen. We'll be there.
I'll text my buddy Candace. Waffles or pancakes?
Holy shit, dude. I'm not even joking with you. I recently saw another podcast where they do entire episodes based on this or that, right? So It's like just any two things, Pepsi or Coke or like whatever. Right. And I thought to myself, what would be a good one? And I thought waffles or pancakes.
I mean, it's waffles 100%.
It's waffles 100%, but that is because I think it's much easier to get a good waffle than it is to find a good pancake.
The technological aspect of waffles. The construction allows for better syrup distribution.
Oh yeah, and just manufacturing of the waffle itself, it's in a thing. It's timed, it's pressed, it's perfect. Fucking flapjacks?
Out of control.
Good luck. It's the Wild West on there.
That's you're getting a different thing every time. There's no way to make a pancake the same twice.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Whereas the waffle is controlled chaos.
Anybody in Chicago, if you haven't had the Bongo Room white chocolate caramel pretzel pancakes, those are the best pancakes I've ever had personally. They are crazy.
I mean, I'll take a Japanese fluffy pancake over both. I'll tell you that much.
But that being said, that Bongo Room pancake I'm just talking about, that's incredible and literally perfect.
Yeah.
I'll take a Waffle House waffle over.
Oh God, the Waffle House waffle. Oh my God.
They're perfect, dude. It's perfect.
I'm so hungry and tired that I think I would kill a man to eat a Waffle House waffle right now. Cold blood.
Cold-blooded.
Is Japan just like the Yakuza game series? Straight up, yes. My day is exactly like Ichiban Kasuga. I passed by the pachinko slot. I didn't play pachinko.
Did you play any? Do they have? I was gonna ask. Do they have gambling there?
It's pachinko, so it's like its own kind of slot.
Yeah,
where it's kind of like an arcade game that is gambling. And Zuma was very seriously like, "Don't do it."
Really?
He's like, "You will lose. Don't do it."
I see.
So I didn't do it.
I'm sure follow Vegas Matt.
I don't know Vegas Matt.
You don't know Vegas Matt? He's an older gentleman who plays slots heavy.
I know a couple. I'm tapped into YouTube slot world.
So that's what I'm talking about. He's
YouTube
on shorts all day.
Okay, so shorts. I'm not a shorts man.
But I still feel okay.
Is he the guy that like?
There's good hundreds and bad hundreds, and he always gets rid of the bad hundreds.
What?
Good hundreds have the blue ribbon. Bad hundreds are the old ones, the white ones.
Really?
So if he ever gets them, he gambles them. But I mean, I literally
he
watched
gambles
him.
them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, not get rid of, but you know. There's that guy, and then I love the guy who's like, he crumples the money. He's the younger guy with a Boston accent. He's like, I got this $200 ticket. I'm going to show you how to turn it into 800. And he like goes and does his shit. Unbelievable. I got to play high limit pinball. That seems like.
Dude, you've seen me play pinball.
I know.
You've watched me play it, and it's like, I've never had an unbelievable pinball bonus. Never
really?
once. I'll get like $100, $200. And I'll be doing $10, $20 spins.
It is enticing.
It is enticing, but it's so hard to get the thing at the bottom.
Vegas Matt.
I've never done it.
Really?
Yeah, but think about, you're seeing what he wants you to see.
And also, he's quite literally doing $1,000 spins.
And he's there every day.
Every day. All day. Yeah, for sure.
And he posts 8 big wins a year. You know? 8 out of 365 is tough.
Yeah.
Worst video game you've ever played? That's tough because you stop playing the worst video game you've ever played. You know?
And dude, I also stopped playing amazing games because I just get like Red Dead Redemption 2, I never finished.
Yeah, same.
It's probably one of the best games ever made.
Best things ever.
You know?
What's the worst game you've ever finished?
Oh, that's a good question. No, I can't say Hogwarts Legacy was bad. It was fucking awesome. It was just kind of got to be the same thing over and over, but that doesn't make it bad.
I'll tell you the most disappointing game I've ever played.
That's a good way to put it. Disappointing. I got one. Yeah, go ahead.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
I remember that being...
I waited half my life for this fucking piece of shit.
Why was it so bad?
They fundamentally completely changed the thing that they do. The first and second one are so good because it's like Forrest Gump, you know?
Yeah.
You're Forrest Gump in these historical Disney events and Final Fantasy events. You're in the middle of these stories that you know and love, altering them through your actions. The third one is like creating original stories in like Toy Story world and stuff.
We've had 60 years of Disney. I don't need that.
I'm out. Yeah. I don't want to hear fake Tom Hanks reciting original shitty dialogue, you know? I'm out.
Fable 1.
Oh my God, what a pile of shit.
Here's the thing. I went to a midnight release for this fucking game.
Everybody did because it was the first. It was like, oh my God, Xbox is getting a Zelda.
Yeah, I went home and started playing it. It was whenever it was summer or something. I didn't have school. I don't know. Played it all night. Beat it first night. First session. I beat this game. I was crushed. I couldn't believe. I was like, well, obviously I just killed the bad guy or whatever. This came, and then it was like roll credits. And that devastated me. I think it was like 10 hours.
How fucking dare they do this?
I was devastated. I just thought of a good one that came up the other day, and you mentioned Disney. Top 3 favorite Disney villains.
Ooh.
I'll give you mine.
Please.
Number 3, the evil queen, Snow White. She's got swag for days.
The OG. Right?
She's fucking
who was
awesome.
first, Snow White or Sleeping Beauty?
Snow White. Snow White was number 1. Swag for days, can turn into a scary witch. I love a bitch, you know?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
2, Hook. Captain
my
James
God, the GOAT.
Hook. Unbelievable.
You doing
Here's the thing.
Hoffman version?
Here's the thing. Watching original Peter Pan animated is pretty brutal.
Yeah.
It's very culturally insensitive and also like really shrill and just kind of difficult to watch.
Yeah.
But Hook is incredible in it. Obviously, Hoffman is Like, that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Dude, us having the realization that we are Captain Hook and Smee is pretty unbelievable.
Pretty unbelievable.
It really changed things.
Get your ass over here. That's literally me. Just
don't
like
try
all
to
the
stop
time.
me, Smee. Don't try to stop me. I was gonna open the case here, but I'm not gonna. Don't try to stop me, Smee. Try to stop me.
Get your ass over.
Try to stop me, Smee.
Number one favorite Disney villain, Hades from Hercules.
Oh, Hades is incredible, dude.
He is fucking perfect.
That's really where you really got to separate the art from the artist of James Wood.
Big time, big time. Voice actor is no good. James Wood can suck it.
Yeah,
but amazing character.
Hades is pretty untouchable. I mean, that's the king of hell, you know, in a Disney movie. That's incredible.
They call the underworld. I love that.
What would mine be? I think the tragedy of Lion King.
Oh, dude,
being carried by Scar is pretty unbelievable.
Jeremy Irons doing the voice. Come on, he's amazing. Yeah. He's amazing.
That's a scientifically good movie, animated or not.
Yeah.
I would say villain. What's the time where I was like, damn, that's a great villain? In an animated movie?
Yeah. Well, or Disney, more specifically.
Dude, Randall from Monsters, Inc.
Oh. Is this Steve Buscemi? Yeah, Steve Buscemi. Fuck yeah, dude.
That's a good one.
He's so scary.
He's so scary.
Woo.
That's a good villain.
That's a good one. And I mean, there's Scar. There's the Mulan Mongol guy.
Yeah, the fake Genghis Khan.
Fake Genghis.
Fengus Khan.
Fengus Khan.
Yeah, that's fun.
They should get rid of Tomorrowland and turn it into Villain Land.
That would be awesome. But Tomorrowland, yeah, it's kind of Yesterday Land.
It's got one thing.
Space Mountain.
It's got
and Astro Blasters.
Yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars has its own spot now. Will HardLore be in Texas for the NSFW weekend? I will be.
One half will be. Yeah.
One half will be, and then we'll talk about it. You know,
Yeah.
We'll talk about Texas. We'll do a Texas roundup. Texas review. I'm going to skip that one. Yeah. Bo answered this one evening in the general channel, but want to get Colin's answer. Worst movie you've ever seen?
Oh, geez. I don't even remember what I said.
Worst movie I've ever finished. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Worst movies I've seen in theaters. Transformers The Last Night.
Wow.
Hangover 3.
Oh.
Tom Cruise's The Mummy. And Holmes and Watson.
Dude, I didn't hate Holmes and Watson.
It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I laughed a couple times.
It was so bad. I had to pee the whole time, and it was so bad that I didn't mind somebody in front of me placing an online Cheesecake Factory order the whole movie. The entire movie, they were trying to figure out what to get from Cheesecake Factory. And first 15 minutes, I was like, I'm going to kill this motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sick in a theater.
I love what you did during Saw 10. Dude,
I am deranged in a movie theater. I'm straight up, I'm dark-sided. And 15 minutes later, I let this man keep scrolling because I was like, he's right.
Just do it.
This is more important than this for the first time.
I remember now what I said, and it was Gotti. The first, quite literally, we put it on in the hotel room. Harmsway was on tour one night, and within the first 20 seconds, all laughed out loud.
At how bad it was?
That just immediately, because it was literally John Travolta like, you want to know what a wise guy is? And it's like immediately, like this is,
James
that was serious.
That.
Yeah. Like, James. Once, again, Warped Tour, the same day when we were getting on the bus with Every Time I Die, we went and saw the first Jurassic World with Chris Pratt, the first one. It was fucking 95 degrees, middle of summer, Pomona. We left the movie theater.
The first Jurassic World.
Yes. We left.
Like that one.
We left for whatever reason. We were all just like, you guys want to get out here? Yeah. To go and like be hot on the bus. Instead of being in an air-conditioned movie theater. It was that like, oh my fucking God.
It's not great. I would say it's not good. But I had a good time, and we all saw it as a band as well in the Netherlands when it came out. And this is a story I literally can't tell on the show. The dank thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But that was one of the hardest. That's probably the hardest I've ever laughed in my whole life. Yeah. Jurassic World.
Yeah.
How did Bo joining X Weapon X come about? Please release more music.
It was Brian literally messaged me and said, "Hey, Inclination has Chris as like their old head, even though I don't. He might be not the oldest. We want you as our old head." And I said, "Okay." And that was literally it. I love that Brian is a later Edgeman,
yeah,
and like rolled with it and rides for it. Like I really like that. I love that there's two brothers in it. I love that Brian and Isaac are arguably Isaac in particular, because there's also Inclination, have so many other fucking whatever in the oven, and like
that they don't need to have anything.
They
else.
don't have to do any of this.
It's for the love of the game.
If anybody, like, I have not a negative thing to say about anybody in Knocked Loose, and I think it, like, the proof is so in the pudding. Like,
100%.
When I'm watching Dying Fetus, I'm watching Isaacs get annihilated during Dying Fetus. You know what I mean? At FYA, like,
I love it.
They're all in. So it was just like an easy decision, and like nothing's cooler than straight edge. So there you go.
Preach, my brother. Biggest poop.
I have an answer. It's really embarrassing.
I do too. I won't. I will say longest pee for me. What was the longest you've ever peed? You remember the moment? Because I feel like most people remember the moment where they peed the longest.
Oh, that's interesting. One of the times when I was doing the 2 jugs thing when I was sick on tour and I was drinking water out of one and peeing into one, I fell asleep and woke up and peed like a literal half gallon, which is
a lot. I know all about it. So I'm a pee guy. I love pissing because I drink a lot of water. You've seen it happen.
Yeah, you drink
and when I'm recording vocals, I don't like to go in and out of the bathroom. So I piss in gallon jugs, and I'm filling them several a day whenever recording vocals. So I piss. I piss.
Yeah, go piss, girl.
One time I was in traffic for like hours, dead stop. And I had to pee the whole time. This is coming home from Twitching Tongues practice in Orange County. And it gets I'm in so much pain that I'm confident that I was about to burst, like actually burst. Like I was in medical pain.
And you had nothing.
I had nothing, nowhere to go. I was desolate. When I finally got off and peed, I knew it was going to be so long that I set a timer. And it was 4 minutes long.
Whoa.
4 minutes. Like almost to the second of piss.
240 seconds of piss.
It was unreal, dude. I mean, you've heard it sometimes where we'll stop. We take breaks during episodes sometimes. I leave my mic rolling.
Yeah.
I'll come back. They're 2 minutes into a conversation. I was peeing the whole time.
Oh, that is, you know what's so funny is like that has happened, and I just assumed you like checked on the dogs or checked on Lana or checked your phone.
Pure
or something.
Piss.
Wow. I will say very recently I had an early wake up, have to pee, like dawn. Oh shit, I better go pee, which doesn't really happen to me. And so I must have drank that much prior. And it was one of those ones where I was trying to stay sleepy while peeing. And I peed for so long that I was like fucking wide awake now.
You were asleep peeing?
No, but you know how you're like, I better like keep my eyes closed and like I'll be back in bed in 30 seconds.
You peed for so long that you were like, guess I'm up.
Guess I'm up. Yeah, exactly.
Love it. Ever consider more regional hardcore documentaries? Sounds like New York hardcore is coming. Love to see one on Baltimore, DC. I think that's the end game for us. That
is the ultimate end game is to be man versus food versus behind the
punk
music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's us. We'll be there soon. Well, someday. We need money to do that. We'll get
money, please.
Colin, this is an interesting question. Colin, how is the experience in Japan as a heavily tattooed person? I could not go into gyms.
Really?
Got turned away at several gyms, even American gym chains. Couldn't work out there. Place called I couldn't go to Anytime Fitness, couldn't go to Gold's Gym. And then there was a local gym called Choco Zap,
Yeah.
as in zap the chocolate off your body. And they literally mean it that way, that I couldn't go into.
Even if you covered up?
There's no way I could fully cover up.
Right.
You know? Like
Yeah,
my
the
pants would come up or my sleeves would roll up or something,
Yeah.
that it just would be impossible.
One of those fucking WWE Saudi women's match.
Yeah,
gimmicks.
exactly. I need a full body gimmick that really works. Yeah, it's tough. Most places it's no longer taboo. Like I could just eat at a sushi place in a t-shirt and that was fine.
Yeah.
But things like, bathhouses and gyms and that you have to cover up still. Or you can't go in. Worst injury ever sustained at a show? I don't know, a concussion?
Yeah, I've been fairly fortunate. I chipped a tooth during Twitching Tongues in the Netherlands once. Fucking sciatica. Like I've been fortunate. I'm out. I'm out. I'll be in there for Youth of Today. You know what? I'm not afraid of getting spin cucked during Youth of Today. You know what I mean?
No, it's not gonna happen.
It's not that.
You're the most dangerous man in the Youth of Today.
Exactly.
At worst injury ever witnessed at a show. I saw a woman die.
Really?
And get brought back to life.
Oh, Jesus.
But she was dead.
Wow. Where was that?
Rainfest.
Jesus. How'd she get brought back to life?
I don't know.
God. Okay. Were there paramedics?
No, they fucking clear. They cleared her.
Shit. They defibrillated her. Wow.
We know the guy that did it. How many pizzas do you think you could eat in one sitting? How many pizzas or slices?
How many?
God, they're setting me up. This is a fucking setup.
Do you think they don't know your game, dude?
How many pizzas? Listen, nuggets are one thing because that's at least some protein that I can. I mean, cheese. There's cheese on pizza, but nuggets are like mostly protein.
True. Yeah.
Pizzas. If I eat more than a pizza,
dead.
I'm Buddha. I'm the fattest, saltiest thing you've ever seen. I'm immediately fat.
I went to Pequods with our friends Higher Power and some of the guys from Drain recently.
That's a 3-slice max.
And I told all of them, you're going to eat 2 slices and you're going to think, I could have another. Don't do it. Take it to the hotel and have it later or have it tomorrow. Yeah. You're going to... And almost everyone listened to me. One person from Higher Power did not.
How was their set?
Oh, well, they didn't play. It was weird. It was like a routing day, and they came back a couple weeks later for the set. By the way, during Drain, a dude was holding up the Twitching Tongues Misfit shirt, like crowd surfing, like, yeah.
Whoa.
It was wild. It was
that
really
makes
wild.
No sense.
No sense. Yeah, it was wild.
Well, because of HardLore, we're kind of half Chicago. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's on. Hey, 630 is on the slip mat. You
know
what I mean?
It's on it.
Which is so funny, by the way, that it's 630. Oh, it's so funny.
I'm just telling people your area.
I'm from DePage. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, I guess I haven't talked about that either. We're playing. We're doing the longest tour. Actually, yeah, we are because it's 5 shows. We're doing the longest tour we've done in many years. 5 shows. With Drain, Terror, Scowl's on a bunch of them, King Nine's on some of them, Angel Dust is on some of them, End It is on all of them.
I understand.
Mutually Assured Destruction is on all of them.
Oh, and you're going to be in Chicago for it.
Yeah.
That's right.
And God's Hate. So the original plan, and this, just so you know, this was us looking out for Chicago being like, no, we want to do something more special.
Yeah.
The original plan was Twitching Tongues both nights. And we were like, why would we do that? Let's have God's Hate do the other one.
Yeah.
So it was like a special thing because we haven't played Chicago in so long. 2 birds, 1 stone. So that was all us just being like, no.
Beautiful.
You don't want us for 2 nights. Trust me. Take both.
It's so good.
So that'll be cool. I'm really excited to play the Metro again. Favorite Ghibli movie? Studio. Oh, I went to the Studio Ghibli Museum.
How was that?
It was incredible. You can't take pictures in there.
Fuck.
And I understand why, because it's like so whimsical and magical that you have to see it for yourself.
Yeah.
Really cool. Favorite movie?
It's just like, I apologize if it's like a beginner answer or a cliche or whatever, but Spirited Away is like.
Spirited Away is the godfather of animated movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
Like that's film. That's cinema.
Here's the thing. They all kind of are.
Sure. I've seen Howls. I've seen My Neighbor Totoro.
Yeah. Have you seen Princess Mononoke?
Yes, I've seen that. I think those are the 4 I've seen.
That Princess Mononoke is maybe the most convincing. Dude, Princess Mononoke was so effective that Japan stopped using paper towels, you know?
Wow.
It's like the most effective ecological propaganda ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the most effective vegan marketing. It's more effective than Earth Crisis is Princess Mononoke. Of like, okay, we got to save this thing.
And
so I would say Spirited Away number 1.
Yeah.
Princess Mononoke number 2. Dude, The Boy and the Heron is really good.
You know what's so funny is I haven't seen it, but I had understood that to be the consensus.
It's really fucking good.
I saw some hate on it recently in the, like, you know, the Game of Thrones where it's like a horse drawn that's like perfect.
Yeah.
And then by the end it's bad. That was Boy and the Heron.
The end is awesome. So Miyazaki's whole thing is that he starts animating them before the story's finished.
Wow.
Which is why the endings are always psycho off the rails.
Right. Because he can just
look back. They're all insane.
Yeah, they're all insane.
And this one is maybe the most insane. And Dave Bautista's whole character and arc is like the craziest thing he's ever done. The whole thing with the birds. I love the way it ends. I love the heron. Robert Pattinson giving his first animated performance ever, going absolutely fucking insane in it.
Sick.
Like the first animated performance in a long time that is memorable.
Cool. Okay.
Like acted like a voice actor, you know?
Yeah. Like a fucking Luke Skywalker. What's his name?
Like
Mark
rent
Hamill.
was due, dude.
Yeah. Rent was due. That's good.
Is there a Japanese food you had in Japan that you liked better in the US? Interesting. I do think there is a ramen place that I like here more than anything I had in Japan.
Yeah.
But that's because the owners from Japan and whatnot. You know, they just make what I like.
A few times over there, and I didn't. Dude, white pepper is like a very strange flavor to me, and a lot of times it's in it, and I just have an aversion to it, and I wasn't impressed when I was over there. I was only there for like 7 days.
Yeah,
so didn't get a whole good taste.
I had a yakisoba the last day. Good God,
really?
Oh my God, that's incredible. I don't even know what it is. It's like a dark beef noodle or something. Good God. Unbelievable. Like better in the US, the Coke Zero there is garbage.
Really?
It's ass. Booty from a butt.
Interesting.
I hated it. So that's the thing. I was like, a Diet Coke hit like actual crack when I got home.
On the plane, or you had to wait till you got
home?
I didn't.
I waited. I got home, had one with lunch today, and it was like,
dude, I know people might
saw
think
colors.
People might think, especially after our terrible soda review thing, which we need to redeem, that like there's a difference, but there's a difference between Canadian Coke and American Coke, let alone foreign countries. Like, for better or for worse, the high fructose corn syrup and the aspartame in our beverages here hit the way my brain knows them to hit.
Because it's killing us and it's delicious.
Yeah,
we're being poisoned every day by the food here.
Gotta die somehow.
That's right. Colin's go-to Fortnite tactic / loadout.
Dude, wait. Let me answer this, because sitting next to this man while he's playing with Lana, who's upstairs also playing together, and they're on voice comms. What I hear is, this is incredible. It'll be like match starting. They're in the fucking bus, and I hear Lana go, "All right, you know what time it is," and I hear Colin go, "No,
because dude, the second she can drop, she drops, and it drives me insane. And she just like, she'll drop and die immediately sometimes. There's memes about girls playing Fortnite out there, and she's all of them.
Dude.
It's crazy. It'll be a car just driving off a cliff and exploding midair. And somehow, like, that's literally her. So she fucks my loadout every time. But I like a frenzy auto shotgun. And I like when my wife doesn't steal the when you kill the bosses, they always drop a legendary weapon. And Lana's go-to thing will be, she'll be a mile away. I got clips I can show you.
You better not be on my motherfucking motorcycle. That'll be hell to pay. Get the hell off, bitch.
She'll be a mile away while I'm fighting for my life against an entire team. I'll kill an entire team. And while I'm just killing them, healing, she runs up and takes all the loot from me killing the whole team.
So good, dude.
It's unbelievable. But yeah, my loadout, I like a frenzy auto shotgun. I like a grapple blade. I love a grapple blade. That's my favorite item in the game.
What's your skin these days?
Gaga Chromatica armor.
And then do you do Bad Romance still?
You can't play the songs anymore. They took that out. They constantly change things.
I got you.
But yeah, I got the Gaga skin rocking right now. You gotta have an AR always, and then I'll either have a shield pot or a med kit. My team, I got a pretty good squad. It's Lana, who's the lone survivor a lot of the times, or the first dead.
Yeah.
Our buddy Presley, our buddy Mina, play with Justice sometimes. He's pretty good. Who else do I play with? Ryan, my buddy Mina's wife or husband. Yeah, it's the best game of all time. Simply put. Bo, anything for 10 years anniversary of the second Wolf Note promo?
Oh no.
Okay.
No, that was just a thing that I would be more interested in starting something to do new music that is in that vein or
a different vein.
Yeah, than rehashing something that was like time and place for me. Especially like emotionally and kind of spiritually, for lack of a better word. That was a very dark time in the life of Bo, and I don't really care to revisit, to be honest.
Gotcha. Yeah, do something new.
Yeah.
What is your tier list for Coke flavors? I know you're Diet S, right?
I'm Diet all the way.
So I would put Diet S too, but I would put Coke Zero S, Coke Zero XS black can over Diet.
Right. You're a zero guy. You're a zero guy.
I'm a zero guy, and the black can, the OG formula, was goated. That's number one.
See, that's the thing, man. Diet ain't changed since the 80s, since it was Coke 2.
New Coke, new Diet Coke is still, that's Diet Coke now. I would put vanilla Coke right below it in A.
Dude, I love vanilla Coke and like canned vanilla Coke.
Dude, I was legit addicted when it came out, because it came out when we were kids.
Yeah, I remember. I was playing Morrowind, eating Hot Pockets, drinking vanilla Coke. Dude, I remember it clear as day.
I have that same memory, and it's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
And Coheed and Keeping Secrets.
What were you eating?
Surely Bagel Bites or Totino's Pizza Rolls.
Dude,
or something.
I mean, that's just the children of Hot Pockets.
100%. Yeah. And my eye is twitching. I'm so tired.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
This is a problem.
He needs sleep.
Pick one. Adamantium Throwdown, 18 Visions, Bleeding Through Throwdown.
Throwdown, 100%. Like without
18 Vision's close second.
Yeah, I'm good on the rest.
Yeah, I got you. Favorite Chicago eats? Humboldt Park resident here.
Humboldt Park. Dude, I'll tell you what. I went to Dayglow in Humboldt Park the other day, Colin. That's a U place. That's like a fancy cup kind of place.
It's a flirty, sexy, naughty cup.
You been there?
Dayglow?
Yeah.
Hey, they got it here.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I got nothing. But as far as if you want vegan stuff, I say Handlebar is the best vegan spot in the city, in my opinion, as a non-vegan. It's a place that I love going to. Obviously, there's the obvious staples, Portillo's and Lou's and Pequot's and all that stuff. Fantastic Korean food called Daebak in Chinatown. There's a noodle spot called Oyster on Milwaukee that is excellent. Really good buns. Wasabi, also really good. Wasabi on Milwaukee also has really good ramen and Wagyu bowls. But I'll tell you what, if you eat meat, if you know somebody eats meat, go to a place called Jim's Original. It's behind UIC near South Loop. Everything you order comes with fries, including fries. So if you order fries, you get two.
You get fries.
You order a can of pop, you're getting some fries.
Do you know the guy that made that legendary, like My Day in Chicago as a 28-year-old male? Real?
No, I don't know him.
That thing's amazing.
Yeah.
Where there's subtleties to it that I didn't understand as a non-Chicago resident. Mm-hmm. Like he says East Loop, which I guess doesn't exist.
Yeah, there is no East Chicago. It's the lake. The way that the grid is laid out, and I know this doesn't make sense, and there's eastern addresses, but State Street is 0. So a 1 block west is 100, and then 200, 300, and so on. It's all in a grid. East, literally, I think it goes to like 500. Like there's only 5 blocks of east. For some reason, they started 0 there. It was after the fire. It's a whole thing.
So it's not called the East Loop.
Yeah, it's just that it doesn't.
I got you.
Doesn't exist
because that's the lake. Yeah, interesting.
That
video is unbelievable, dude.
Yeah, it's great.
All-time favorite music collab.
Oh, that's a good question. Oh,
Under Pressure is pretty tough to beat.
Under Pressure.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Dude, I just looked at my wall and I have a Cure poster up with a black kitty cat on it.
Uh-huh.
Robert Smith singing on the Blink-182 song.
Oh.
For any of, dude, I don't know if you know it or not. Could show you this song. And it was like, they sent it to Robert hoping he would sing it. Didn't hear back. Didn't hear anything. Got it back an hour before the masters were due.
Just not knowing whether or not it would ever come.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
It's one of the best, like, Blink-182 songs ever. It's not pop punk at all. You'll love it.
Interesting.
And it's fucking awesome.
Does it sound like The Cure?
It's really hard to describe. The verse is like, for all of this I know now, everything I know now.
Sounds like The Cure.
It sounds like The Cure with like a more modern
Is it off one of the I guess all the records were big.
It's on self-titled, I think, the face, smiley face one.
Okay.
So still fairly old, but it's woo.
My favorite music collaboration is a little song called Real Recognize Real by a band called Ice Pick.
It's like every collaboration.
It's Josta, Ezak, Ice-T, Freddie Madball, Roger Murray, Pete Morsey, Paul Bearer. I think there's more. Is there more?
I think when we talked about it, there's more.
And then Ice-T does actually, the best music collab ever is 6 Feet Under and Ice-T on a song called One Bullet Left. Here it is. That's the greatest guest vocal part of all time.
How about Spit My Rage?
I mean, that's That's the birth of Ice Pick, you know?
That was pre-Ice Pick?
Yeah. It was Spit My Rage is what? When were the Underdogs?
This is your
2000.
Yeah, 2004?
3? Probably?
Yeah.
Ice Pick record came out while I was in high school.
Wow. Right.
So like, that could have been the thing where they were like, we sound pretty good together.
Dude.
We'll have to ask. We'll ask. I'll try to ask and have an answer for this episode.
Dude, Vogel, World Collapse.
That recorded into a MacBook, dude. Screaming into his MacBook on a bus in Europe.
Unbelievable. One of the best. There's a thing in his cadence where he's like da 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 la da, and and it's perfect.
And it sounds European.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
He's like doing it. He's doing it extra European because he knows he's like it's awesome. Yeah, that's a great one. I mean,
Vogel
best guest spots.
Yeah,
that's a whole. We need to stop this because that's
you're right. You're right.
Next week on HardLore, the best guest spots of all time. Okay, Gods Hate UK show when? Hey man, if you got the money, hate is for the booking. How does, in your opinion, the sound and hardcore, the sound of hardcore flow over time? What shifts in your scene were you stoked about, and what were you not? I recently went to we'll answer the first part of that.
Yeah.
I recently went to an all new band show in San Jose. There were Kickback, Irate, Shattered Realm, and Laid to Rest covers. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Those are bands I had to convince people to like, you know?
I would have been one of them.
Yeah, exactly. What shifts in your scene were you stoked about? I would say the death of melodic hardcore was brought me jubilation I've never felt before.
That was a victory.
It was huge.
That was that was UN. That was a UN sanctioned victory.
It was decided that this shit sucks and it's over.
Yes. That was great.
And the world applauded.
Yeah.
You know, there's some people hanging on.
Yeah, people get mad when we say that.
I know.
It's nothing personal.
It's just not what we like.
It's not what we like at all.
It's not what we want from this kind of music. We love melodic music, Bo.
Yes, we really do.
2 weeks ago proves that.
Yeah, we really do. It's just like not. And as somebody who's like super into like Youth Crew, which I would say is kind of the
proto melodic.
It's still just not for me.
Yeah. There's nothing there for me. There's not one band there for me. I wouldn't call, like, if you consider Betrayed a melodic hardcore band,
yeah,
I would say that's maybe the only one I like. But that's all hard straight edge lyrics, you know?
There are melodic Carry On songs. There are melodic American Nightmare songs.
Totally. But reducing those bands to melodic hardcore, which I do think is a reduction, feels derogatory to me.
I would say for me, there was a point in time where like Youth Crew and New York hardcore in Chicago was the penultimate coolest shit. Mm-hmm. With the killer always underneath, or not underneath, but like always lurking, as like the heavy guys, the Great White, And then everybody broke edge and all of that changed, and it turned into like Beatdown being like the thing. And I'm not the biggest fan of Beatdown,
Yeah, I mean, I will say I will take a shitty local beatdown band over a shitty local melodic hardcore band all day.
Yeah, same.
But I think there's a cosplay aspect to shitty local beatdown.
Sure.
Where it's like this: if you're inauthentic, it doesn't work. If you're authentic, it works. If you're beating ass, if you're beating down, I believe you, and I'm gonna buy in. And that's really kind of where the line is drawn. Young kids in Kickback and Irate shirts is crazy. That's crazy.
Well, the Kickback thing.
That's borderline my fault.
Nobody. I'll tell you what. It was
nobody.
Like you guys and Andrew Morrissey.
Yes, that's
who rode for Kickback.
Yes,
and Dan Seeley.
Yeah,
that's literally, and their revival, the renaissance that they've had.
I mean, it's like us looking back at Best Wishes and Alpha Omega and being like, you guys were too close to this. You don't understand how good these are. You know,
There you go.
You
Perfect.
wanted something that they're not. We're able to hear what they are.
Yeah.
Kickback is that to younger people, where they were just some French hardcore band to you, but when you stack this up, when you stack Forever War up, when you stack even No Surrender, which like I remember vividly the day that came out. I remember rushing home from school to put the CD on because I couldn't listen to it online anywhere. That's like a new album for me, and it came out 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is that makes me understand the old guys a little bit. With like, I remember when that fucking came out, dude. Nobody cared, which is the case. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean nobody should care. I'm glad that people care.
Totally.
Because I agree that what they've been doing the whole time is better than most things to me. Mm-hmm. So it's cool to see. But it is crazy for young people to be getting it.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's different. Top 5 7-inches. We did a whole episode about this.
Yeah, we did.
Check out the perfect EPs in 7 inches episode.
There you go.
Big 4 death metal. Morbid Angel, Deicide, Bolt Thrower, Suffocation.
Bolt Thrower, Suffocation, Dying Fetus.
Love it.
Cannibal, I think I would say Cannibal.
Oh, respect. Yeah, that's a great pick. Are we still getting the Some Kind of Monster watch along? Patreon,
baby. You guys got to know we have these ideas. They're cataloged. They're back there. Time is, especially for Colin, is like
tough.
literal money. Like we can't just like do stuff and not make it worth the time.
Yeah. I think one of the things with the Patreon I'm most excited about is putting just the vault on there.
Oh, dude, the vault. You guys will have access to everything.
There's so many things that we've never posted because of time and just like we weren't as good at this yet, which you're not saying we're even good at it, but they're not like great interviews, but there's pieces of them that I'm sure people will enjoy, and then hopefully they watch them and go, hey, this one rocks. This is a good clip. And then they just post it on your own. I encourage all of you to do little clips on your own. I don't care. Post them. Do whatever.
Please, make TikToks.
I don't give a shit. Just do it. Best bands that are named after objects. Example, crowbar, nails.
Metallica, Misfits, Typo Negative. They're all objects.
That's blood. Yeah, that's blood. That's an object. Objects.
A bolt thrower.
That's literally just a Warhammer thing.
It's just a guy.
Yeah, that's the best one. What is a non-hardcore song you guys would each like to cover in your respective bands? Impression that I get. I'm dying to do it.
Yeah, I don't know if actually there were at a time talks of like doing a 9 Inch Nails song and making it like
that would be great, like
band heavy.
Yeah,
like
you
AFI
could do Martian Pigs or something to make it dope.
Exactly, but make it like just make it heavy all the way through, like no melody at all.
Easy.
AFI did had like a whole got money, and it was like sick, but kind of did it as a band, but with Davey singing. I would kind of like to hear a song that's like
sounds great. With Sting's retirement, do you have a favorite match or moment from him? Go back and watch. There's a Nitro main event, him and DDP.
Who was at the retirement? Did you see that?
I haven't seen anything yet from it.
No. They don't show it on air. I saw it on Twitter.
Oh, beautiful.
He was there with Lex and another guy whose name I forget.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Was Magnum TA was there.
Yep.
Top albums that grew on you.
Ooh,
interesting.
So meaning something that when it came out, you were like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, oh, that's interesting.
Recently, when I became of an artist called Pink Pantheress, I wrote her off.
Sure.
You know? It was like, this is just TikTok music. I don't know what the youths are into. What is this Pink Pantheress stuff? I see the name for years. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Record came out. Her debut album came out in November. Never checked it out. Never bothered. Heard a clip the other day from a song. I haven't stopped listening to this record in weeks. It's incredible.
So gotcha.
I this is the thing I said about you British rappers.
Yeah.
Was spawned by that, because there's a guy that starts rapping at some point and British rap is so silly.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? You are Willy Wonka.
If you want a view,
what are you rapping for? And then she sings again, and it's like, oh, it's the rare moment where a feature comes on and you can't wait for the main artist to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pink Pantheress. That she grew on me. I can't believe that record.
Mine would be Bloody Kisses. Easily. When I first heard it, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, it didn't connect with me at all. And I had friends who were like, this is the guy who wrote Victim in Pain. And, and I was like, okay. So, like, who fucking gives a shit? I did not connect with me. And then even later on, when I was older, I listened again and I was like, yeah, these songs are like kind of hokey. I didn't get it. And then it was when I heard another record, when I heard Love You to Death. And then retroactively,
it is hokey.
Sense.
I mean, it is.
It is retroactively. Everything made sense. Everything clicked.
That's fair. What's something that truly grew on me? I would say King Diamond, The Eye. The first time I heard it, the drum machine really shook me. It like bothered me because Mickey D is such a god to me. And he played on First Four. And
he's like one of your big four, right? You say,
oh yeah, big time. I'm doing Mickey D. I'm doing Danny Schuler. I'm doing fucking Sal Abriscato. And I'm doing Igor. And that's what I'm trying to do. It ain't working.
Yeah, right.
Mickey's such a god that hearing that was like, oh, they lost the sauce. When in reality, it is a guy playing on an electric kit. And he wasn't as crazy, so it made the songs harder because they're slower.
Aha.
And then diving into that record more, that became a top 3 for me.
Amazing.
Favorite Seinfeld episode?
Oh, great question. For a long time, it was an episode called The Blood, when Kramer is storing blood in Jerry's freezer. Blood. I loved that episode. Then I discovered that it was a non-LD episode.
Yeah, that's very
and I felt like, oh no,
like you felt like crossed your boy.
Yeah, this can't be my favorite, you know. So I really tried to kind of sit back and really kind of sit in it. And I think it's the episode when, Elaine gets her boyfriend blacklisted from Hop Sings.
Oh. Yeah, the communist. Yeah.
Love that.
That's an incredible episode.
Are you a communist?
My favorite would be the subway.
Oh.
And I got to go in that subway car. So
that's right.
The stage what they shot that in was right under Big Brother at the CBS lot. So there's so many Seinfeld relics still there, which was awesome. But that has one of like a top 3 Costanza moment of all time, where he's lying to the chick about being a businessman, and he says, yeah, and I did that and I never looked back, and then the train horn honks and he looks back. He goes, and the timing of it is straight up like an all-time Seinfeld bit to me. And then Jerry going to Coney Island with the naked guy,
and when he wakes up and he's like,
yeah. He's just like Kramer with the horse races. His mother was
dude. So fucking funny.
That part's incredible. Elaine late to the gay wedding.
Dude, when she's having the breakdown in her mind.
It's incredible. Dude, that's all time Elaine. That's like she's not done that yet.
Yeah.
In the show. Yeah. That's groundbreaking television.
Hands down my favorite character on the show. I love Elaine Bennis.
I pray at the altar Elaine Bennis. I'm on my motherfucking hands and knees.
I also really, really fond of, I forget the name of it. It's the episode. I think it's The Jacket, when Jerry gets the jacket and they meet Elaine's dad.
Dude, every time I buy a jacket, I look in the mirror and I go, this is huge.
This is huge.
When did this happen?
Dude. Yeah, George.
Master of the house.
Dude, when he goes, pipe down, choir boy.
Yeah.
Dude, that's my favorite Seinfeld moment is in that thing. Let me.
You like ice?
You like ice? And he goes, like it.
Like it.
Dude, that's my attitude about like food.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're going to eat that? It's like, the fuck else am I going to do?
Yeah.
Of course.
Like it.
I like it.
How do you write that? God.
I don't know. That's really dude. When George is like, when did this happen? And Jerry's just like, yesterday. Like, spins his keys.
Dude, I mean, I really, as a jacket guy,
Yeah.
deeply relate to that episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
With a jacket guy with a funky pink inner lining, I really relate to that.
When he's sitting on the couch watching the Mets, like in his socks and sweats, like twiddling his feet.
That's me every time. I'm like, I'll walk the dogs just to put my jacket on. You know?
Yeah. What a show.
That's the best. How do I work on screaming without murdering my vocal cords? As you can hear from my voice, I don't know.
You do a pretty extensive vocal warm up.
I do.
Is that more for singing?
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to not blow it. It's really kind of just like sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ugh.
Can you talk about the fashion trends and fads in hardcore over time?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, there's been some dark moments.
There's been dark moments for sure. Full disclosure, definitely wore cutoff jean shorts with little tiny bands and thought I looked great. Didn't. Learned from it. Grew up.
I would say that and khaki shorts were all-time worst eras.
Did that too. And in like a mental locking out long sleeve, khaki shorts with like Saucony's on. Or
Purple
Saucony's.
burn long sleeve, khaki shorts, Vans classics.
Yeah, for sure.
Those are
and
the
like,
dark
look,
times.
I'm not gonna hate on kids wearing baggy pants these days or like, dude, I truly,
dude, they pull them off. It's kind of crazy. It's pretty crazy.
Pull
I
them
wish
off.
I could.
I wish I could too. They got swag that I don't have, that I didn't have when I was their age.
Right? No.
So I'm a firm believer. Like if you feel good, you look good.
Yeah.
You know, wear what makes you feel good.
Absolutely.
However, when I look at like late 80s, early 90s hardcore,
God, that looked cool.
they had it.
Why weren't we always just going like, we should just do that?
I don't know.
It's really, except for Syracuse, they all looked awesome.
They all looked awesome. Yeah. It was until Earth Crisis.
Until Earth Crisis wore them chokers and did the bands. And no, all respect her.
All respect it.
A band I love dearly.
Of course.
Rise of the North Star episode when? Evan, give it a rest, brother. It's never happening. I don't know what that is. I don't want to know what that is. Leave me alone. Okay, previously you talked about how hardcore is meant for the kids and that bands don't release albums past their second or third one. And if they do, they're part of a very small group of hardcore bands who have done that. Mm-hmm. As someone who doesn't identify as a hardcore guy, can you explain the reason for it? Bands just get less good over time. That's just how it works.
If you're not a hardcore guy and you're associating with our show and Discord at all, we can assume you're probably a metal guy. Or maybe like an indie guy. I'm going to go with metal. Yeah. Metallica, my favorite band of all time. Arguably the best heavy band of all time.
Yeah.
Got way worse over time. They had the magic for 5 albums. And that's me giving credit to one I don't care about that much. And it ain't the Black Album. They had it. And then a thing happens where you kind of... For them, I'm sure it was money and not needing to grind and blah, blah, blah.
Nobody has it forever. You're definitely not going to have it forever if you have everything in the world. If you've put in the cheat codes in GTA,
yes.
Why are you going to get the bonus missions, you know?
Yep.
There's no reason to clear all the objectives if you're putting the cheat codes in.
Nope.
That's really well said. Is it part of the culture of hardcore cycling out bands since its audience skews young? I'll tell you what, bands don't want to be cycled out. It just happens.
Yeah, it just happens. What's like, Jesus. I can give examples that aren't relevant to today, so that I don't think I could offend anyone.
Yeah.
DYS, SSD, early Boston bands both turned into like hard rock bands when they grew up, and they didn't like Kid Stage Dive anymore. They didn't play anything fast. They just wanted to be like literally like Boston, the band.
Yeah.
You know, just rock bands. And yeah, it didn't do well because that's not what the culture is. It's the youth culture. What hardcore band has had? It's got to be Terror. I answered
the most.
Myself. The most good stuff. It's Terror.
It's Terror, and it's All Out War. 100%.
Terror, All Out War. Integrity had it for a minute, for sure.
Yeah. But still, quantity-wise, it's not even close to...
Yeah, you're right.
Just by sheer, like, total records alone, you know?
Yeah, how many records has Terror put out? Like
10, I think.
10?
I think Painted to Power was number 10.
Yeah,
it's
nothing
fucking crazy.
Else,
And they're
nothing
all
else
good.
Comes close.
Damn. Colin, what's the best? No, I'm gatekeeping this. I'm not talking about this. Top 3 translation issues this trip to Japan. So we were getting the word pussy on menus a lot.
Pussy.
It would be like this pussy includes pork, egg, and like where we'd be like, whoa. Mac got a drink label with urine first day. It was like a water. It was like a tea, and it was like contains urine, which was definitely a translation issue. But pussy and urine were the big ones.
Did you figure out what pussy or urine was?
Yeah, I mean, it was like pork, egg, and cheese. It was like this dish and pussy or something. This meal, which is insane. Oh my God. This question's for Colin. What are you most excited about for the Texas run? And why is it Whataburger? I'll be honest. I am excited for Whataburger.
Fuck yeah. I'm
a fan.
Yeah.
My band is opening the Denton date. See you there. Amazing. That just sold out today.
Hell yeah.
I'll be flying there in 3 days.
I've heard Denton is the one now. That's what I've heard.
Let's see. I'm excited to go back.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite legal scam that you frequently partake in? Get out of here.
Thanks, user FBI.
Yeah, officer. Favorite possibility of doing. Oh, I love this episode about favorite young/new bands. That would be great.
That's a great idea. How have we not even thought of that?
I know.
It's crazy.
Best new bands.
Great idea.
We should be doing that twice a month.
Yeah, seriously.
How often do you switch up set lists on tour? Almost never.
The only time, and I think I've told this story before. Maybe like once or twice on a tour, if something isn't flowing right, or if like there's some kind of Harm's Way does samples a lot in between songs, so we need everything to kind of flow succinctly. On the Cannibal Corpse tour, we were playing Temptation. I thought it was a stinker for the crowd, and I thought people weren't really digging it. It's Cannibal Corpse, Hate Eternal, Harm's Way. We're playing this kind of like Converge-y Jesus Lizard kind of thing. I thought it was stinking up the set, so I voted to replace it with Mind Control and kind of talked everyone into it. And like halfway through the tour, we did that for the whole tour. Much more metal song. On the last day of the tour, Alex Webster's in our green room, just kind of talking with us, thanking us for the tour. We're talking to him. And he says, "Hey man, why'd you guys stop playing Temptation? I love that song." Now I wanted to jump in front of traffic. So it's not always the best move.
Not always the best move. You never know.
You never know.
We, in our case, Sean lives in Connecticut, you know?
Yeah.
So we kind of have to rehearse what we're going to do, because it's like, okay, Sean, here's what we're going to do. Get that ready.
Yeah.
To adding other things to that is tough. With the recent tsunami shirt discourse, my God, has there ever been a merch homage that left a sour taste in your mouth?
No.
I don't like streetwear brands doing hardcore stuff.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I don't like that.
That's bullshit. When there was an obvious Forever 21 God's Hate shirt, that was
crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
There was, yes, there's stuff like that. But if you're within our scene, within the culture, who fucking cares?
It 99% of the time, it is a tribute. It is supposed to be a positive thing. And that's why you get to the table, you see a band doing the thing, you're excited to do it.
Yes. I can't imagine anybody being upset about it. Fucking.
The only thing upsetting is when a corporation profits off of it.
Absolutely.
When it's in band to band paying respect, that's wholly positive.
100% agree.
All right. Mount Rushmore of legendary Pokemon.
Legendary Pokemon. Shit, I don't know if I know the distinction. I know all the birds are.
Articuno, Zapdos.
Yeah, I know all of them. Those are the only.
You ever hear you understand those names?
Yeah, Arctic, Zap, and Moltres.
Arctic Uno, Zapdos.
Dos. Wow.
Moltres.
Nope. Thank you, Zoom.
Uno, dos, tres. Genius.
That's pretty good. So, what are there other legendary Pokemon?
Yeah, I mean Mew, Mewtwo.
Okay, the pterodactyl one, right? The fossil
Aerodactyl.
ones?
He's legendary. Ammonite, Kabutops. The dogs in Crystal, Suicune. I forget the other two. Giratina's legendary.
What about Gyarados? Is he legendary?
Not legendary. Rare, but legendary. Because you got to grind to get him.
You got to get him.
And I always do.
Every time, dude.
Every time.
He's my man. Hyper Beam? Dragon Rage?
Hyper Beam, unbelievable. Goated. What's the one? Kyogre or something? Love that one.
I really don't know.
I'm a big Mewtwo head. I'll be honest with you. I think it's like I think the story, the like lore of Mewtwo.
It's awesome.
Is like an amazing tragedy and just like a genuinely good story.
It's a good story in any universe.
Yeah.
Like not just a Pokemon one.
So big fan. I think Mewtwo's number one. And the conversation that they have in the movie.
Yeah.
Where Mew's just like, Mew. And Mewtwo's like, I see now. Like the humanity has ceased to explain. Like it's awesome.
That's me and my cats every day.
Exactly.
Did I ever tell you my holographic Mew card story?
No.
I went to some, hobby shop and got a Japanese Pokemon set. And it obviously wasn't a first edition deck because it had been in Japan for a while before it got here.
Was it like Mew in the front and it was like, okay, if you open this pack, you're going to get a Mew?
No, it wasn't like that. It was just a random booster pack. I opened it up and there's a holographic Mew, Japanese Mew in there. I quite literally called up my friend Brian at the time, who was the one who threw me off a bunk bed trying to do the Mankind Hell in a Cell bump, and I broke my collarbone.
My friend Al.
Yeah. I called him and I was like, yeah, dude, I don't know. I'll probably retire pretty soon. I thought I had made it. Like I thought I found a card that was going to change the trajectory of my life.
You were like, this is it.
I was like, surely there's only one of these on Earth, and I just found it. So don't know where it is.
Oh, well, what did he say about it?
He was like, whoa, really? Like, I think that was the day he broke my collarbone. I think that was the same. Yeah,
that's why he did it.
He's like, son of a bitch.
And you got to distract your ass to get the Mew. Bloodborne Remaster or Bloodborne 2. I listen, playing things at 30 frames doesn't really bother me because it's kind of like watching a movie. So Bloodborne 2, even though I don't know what they would do.
Yeah,
how do you go back?
A sequel leaves the chance for ruining something, Not that I think
there's no way they could.
I don't think they would.
Expand, put me on the alien planet doing shit, and then it's going to be awesome. From a musician standpoint, what are the main points of getting your records pressed on vinyl? Is there something you wish the pressing industry could move on? Just the turnaround. Being faster would be lovely.
Did you know that the coloring in vinyl is one of the most toxic things?
Like for the planet?
Like pollution wise? Yeah.
Wow.
That's why that's only done in certain countries.
Oh.
Because they have less regulation.
Awesome.
Yep.
I would say the main point of getting vinyl press is to have a physical representation of your hard work.
Oh, like a purpose for doing it?
Yeah, it says what are the main points for getting vinyl done?
Look, man, it's art. It's a piece of art.
It's a piece of art.
Like I recently, this past weekend, I got an 80s pressing, not first pressing because it would be way too much, but I got 80s pressings of Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets. I have those records remastered, like nice new ones. I now have end of life copies that are going to live in my shelf forever. and the other ones I'll trade in and sell or do something with because I don't need to have redundancies of them. That's art. The Type O thing, that's the most money I've ever spent on a record, was that Bloody Kisses record. That's a piece of art that I have on the wall. The Walk Among Us that you got me is literal art.
Literal art, and it's a thing where Walk Among Us is 42 years old, you know?
Yeah.
42 years later, some podcast co-host gets his buddy a gift, and it's a beautiful bond, you know? It's like, can you believe that I found this for you?
Yeah, it's special. Know? Everything about that, Glenn Danzig went over and designed and approved, and he's like a hero to both of us. So it's like, what's cooler than that?
Yeah. Let's see, I'm going to do a little scroll here because I'm so tired.
We're at almost 3 hours.
I know. This is brutal. I don't know why we did this. Colin famously said he'd eat any... What?
We don't have to do all of them.
He said he'd eat any meat. Did he eat raw chicken and or horse when he's in Japan? I didn't see those things. I would have.
You would eat raw chicken?
If it was like, hey, this is safe, you know?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
If it was like fucking chicken tartare and they promised me that it was okay, I would do it. I did eat a crazy like squid leg. That was really gamey.
Ooh.
It was ocean. Pure ocean.
Briny.
I really didn't like it.
Yeah.
How often should a band more local release stuff in a year? I mean, modern band, it's different. The modern system is very single EP driven.
Dude, if I was starting a new band, I would put out 2 songs every 3 months.
Judgment style. Yeah.
And then like at the end of the year, put them all on a record and do vinyl.
Yeah, that's smart.
That's what I would do.
Do that.
Because
do less. Less is more. Make them need the LP.
Yeah.
You don't need to come out with an LP anymore. LPs are what are remembered long term, but the line between what is and isn't an LP is different now.
Also, think about the incremental changes you can make as a band by putting out less material.
Yeah,
you can alter what your sound is, and people can be like, "But the last release was different." It's like, yeah, that was only 3 songs ago.
So, for the last question, are there any songs in your band's discography that you love that never gained any traction or weren't received well? That was part 1, and then part 2 is different.
Yeah, I got one. On Post-Human, there's a song called The Gift, which is like a purely instrumental industrial song that Casey had made. And he made it before he was even fully in the band. We just kind of employed him. He was doing merch for us, and we kind of employed him to do that kind of those textures and that kind of stuff for us. I fucking love that song.
That's a banger.
It's not, I guess it's not instrumental. James sings on it technically. And
This is the last song?
It's not the last song. It might be, I think it's third to last.
Okay.
But it's on the B side, and I always thought it was awesome, but unfortunately it's, on Spotify you can see it's the least played of them. I don't think that's fair.
Our least played is is like a top 3. Crucifixion, the last song on Disharmony.
Yeah. 2
is like, go back in time, I would have made that track 1.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, 100%.
Did I ever tell you that when you first sent it to me, we were in Europe, and I put it on and listened to it, and you know how those vans, you just fall asleep? You're just in a fucking incubator.
Oh, you were scared of the ending, right?
The like, is it a siren?
Dun dun. Yeah.
Literally like woke me up from a sleep and scared the fuck out of me. It was so awesome. Heavy. I love that song.
Me too, man. Maybe one day it'll get its day, but for now, it's dead last.
Yeah.
Number 2, the second part to that question is, who has the best laugh in hardcore?
The best laugh in hardcore?
Yeah.
You and your brother have such a similar chuckle that it makes me laugh. Like, I really like it. Like, when you guys both are just like, that chuckle. Yeah, that right there. You guys do it identically. And that to me is really satisfying. But I wouldn't call that laugh. Brittany Miller has a wonderful laugh.
Brittany Miller's got a great laugh. Yeah, it's infectious. Mike Cesario's got a great laugh.
Dude, James has an
Dude, it's James.
James has he has an incredible when James full on like belly laughs and he does like the silent one, he like holds his stomach and it makes me laugh every fucking time.
Yeah, it's the best laugh I've ever heard in my life. Okay, we're about to hit the 3-hour mark, and if I don't fall asleep right now, I'm going to die.
Okay.
I love you all so much, or I would not be here. HardLore rules.
Bye.
Bye.